Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the Nocturnal Nerdcast. It is Thursday night, March the 12th, 2026. Hope everybody's had a good week so far. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's get some shout outs. We have Donovan in the chat. Dalton is here. We have Harrison in the building, channel member. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. We also have Jose. Good to see you, Jose, another channel member. Thank you so much. Xana's here. Good to see you, Xana. We have a few interesting topics tonight. We'll see who shows up and how things go. If you're watching on the Reloaded channel, you know we're going to be talking about the Green Lanterns and some news that came out today. It's not a ton of news, but if we have a few people here, it'll be a good discussion. We'll talk about, sort of what it means with the Lanterns connecting to the larger DCU, and I kind of want to get into that as well. If you're watching over on the Debunks channel, we have an article we're going to read where we talk about how diversity has been basically holding the box office together over the last, few years. So we'll look at that and see what that says. We also have a few other bonus topics. We're going to watch a Street Fighter trailer. If there's any other trailers, let me know. I'm not totally sure what's out there. We're going to talk about Avatar, The Last Airbender, not the Blue Aliens Avatar. I'm going to give my thoughts on One Piece Season 2 with no spoilers, in case people haven't seen it. Universal is changing their strategy for movie releases. And we're going to take a look at the lineup of upcoming DCU projects and what we have left to go. A little housekeeping before we get started, as usual. This Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time will be the first after party of March. That's right. There's going to be 2 this month. That is the first one. And then 2 weeks later, we will have another. Paige and I will be live for roughly an hour and a half on Saturday to discuss all the topics that we haven't talked about since the last after party. So if you want to talk to Paige or ask him questions about any of the stuff that he's got going on, you want to be here on Saturday. Also, this came to my attention today, and I thought I would address it with you guys. Have you guys noticed that YouTube has removed the chronological subscription order? I went in a few days ago, and I realized on my TV, on my phone, and on my laptop that YouTube subscription order has moved from a chronological most recent to a pseudo homepage recommended garbage lineup of videos. Like, it's really weird. I get a bar of like people that I subscribe to, and then there's a bar of like recommended, and then under that there's a weird, I don't even know what you would call it, like this sort of train of thought, like this is what you might want to watch type shit. And it's like, what is going on? So I don't know what's happening. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because after doing a little research, it looks like YouTube did sort of change the way their subscription system works. So if you are a subscriber of my channel, either one of them, channels, Debunks and Reloaded, and you love these live streams and you love the videos I put out, please turn on notifications. I'm not somebody that makes a million videos, so you're not going to get a ton of spam from me. But I notice people aren't seeing videos as often in general, and I'm hearing that this is a bigger issue than any other issue that YouTube has had recently, is this weird change to the way their subscription system works. So make sure at the very least you have notifications turned on just in case that happens. And that's all the housekeeping. Anna in here says chronological order on my phone's subscription page been a bar up top for a while now. Yeah, you can do it. Like if I look on my phone, if I go to my phone right now and I click on YouTube and I click on subscriptions, it has most relevant, which is a bar that you can scroll at the top. And then everything after that is somewhat in release order, somewhat, but then a lot of it is just completely not in the right order. And then there's shorts thrown in there. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of a mess. But anyway, just make sure you turn that on. Cody, good to see you. Says it looks ugly. It does look ugly. That's for sure. All right, so for once, we haven't had this happen in a while. There's no one in the green room right now. So it's just us right now. It's just me and you guys. And I wait, no, never mind. Joe has shown up. He saved you guys. He saved you from having to be stuck with me by myself. Joe has arrived. He just popped into the green room. Joe is here, and Darren has arrived. They both showed up at the same exact time.
What did I do?
I was going to terrorize the chat. I was prepping them for a possibility that I was going to be by myself and they're going to have to deal with me ranting alone. But then you guys popped in, so... It depends on what channel you're on, Grant. If you're on the Discord, you have the debunkers, which is the debunks people, and then you have the reloaders, which is the reloaded channel. So it depends on which channel you're watching on, and you can rep both. Like, this isn't an east side, west side, north south thing. It's literally you can rep both. So I know, Chris, I saw the picture today. He's looking professional all of a sudden.
Gone. I know.
Yeah, it's summertime, so you have to get ready for the summer. So.
I thought so, and then today it was like snowing for a little bit, and I was like, what the hell?
It literally snowed here today. But the ground is so warm because it was 80 degrees. So let me give you the timetable. I don't know if it's the same where you guys are because you're both sort of on this side of the country. Joe's obviously closer on my side, and Darren, I don't know which side of Ohio you're on, but either way, it's more to the east. But today when I woke up, I looked outside, it was 78 degrees. It got up to 80 something. And then by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it was down into the 40s. And now it's in the 30s, and we got snow in the afternoon after it rained. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? This is crazy. I mean, it does happen from time to time. It's just very weird when it does. And so nothing stuck, though, because the ground is too hot. So it just sort of melted away. But I wasn't looking forward to snow.
That's what Ohio is all the time. Like, you can have a week where it's like, oh, it's snowing and raining and sunshine and windy all in the same day or week or month or year. It's insane.
Okay. So how is everybody doing today? Since you guys both jumped in at the same time, I'll let you pick who goes first.
Go for it, Joe.
I've just been exhausted.
Oh, really?
Like, I literally keep falling asleep. I think the my time travel over time zones has really, really caught up with me because I just keep falling asleep on the couch.
Yeah. That makes sense. What about you, Darren? Anything exciting happened today in the snow?
No, it was a pretty chill day. I had an appointment this morning, and then I started the new season of One Piece, which drops this week.
Good. So good.
It's really fun. That show's a lot of fun. Yeah.
How many episodes are you in?
I just finished episode 2. So.
Oh, episode 2 is so emotional. That episode brought tears to my eyes. That was a good one. I looked on IMDb, and all the scores are like 8+ on every episode this season. I'm having so much fun with it. I will say that there's a lot of negativity about the show, obviously on social media for different reasons. I've tried not to cover it here because it's one of those shows where I don't want to even engage with it because it's such a good show. But there's a lot of like very racist, sexist stuff that being said about it, and it's like you can't have anything. Apparently, there's a group of people. We're not going to even talk. Literally, guys, I'm not pulling up anything from these guys, but I want to say there's a group of people now that literally just like to be miserable. I believe like their joy is in being miserable. That's what they love doing. They just like to be angry and upset at everything, and I can't even partake in that.
Sounds like the discourse on Starfleet Academy.
Yeah, it is very much that.
I've had a guy on Facebook that has just been all day shouting me down about how it's already canceled. It's already canceled. There will be no season 3. Season 2 probably won't even air. They'll probably write it off for taxes. I'm like, dude.
Yeah. Well, one of the things is I talked about with Starfleet Academy in general. Like I have one more video, I think, about that's going up on the Debunks channel before I do my. I'm going to do a full review on the Reloaded channel, but on my Debunks channel, I have one more reaction video going up. One of the things about Starfleet Academy that's really interesting to me is I actually have legitimate criticisms about the show. There's things that I don't necessarily love about it. I think it's a fun show. I had a good time watching it, but clearly there's some stuff in there that I think they could work on if they want it, because they've already done season 2, so that's already in the can. like if they're going to move forward with the show, I think there's some things I'd like to see different in the show. But I can't have that conversation because everything is woke DEI. Like there's no normal criticism anymore of any of these things. Like I can't. If I get on here, like it sort of happened with the Green Lantern stuff. At least I felt like that. Maybe that wasn't the intention. But it sort of felt like that with the Green Lantern stuff where I was just saying that the trailer looked good, but it needed a few things for me to be more excited about it. And I felt a little bit dogpiled on about that, like about having that criticism. And I'm not just saying from like in the streams, but I mean, just in general, I feel like any tiny bit of criticism that something gets now, you immediately get jumped on for it. And I'm like, I'm actually giving something constructive. I'm saying as a fan, I would like to see that. Right? I would love to see that, but I also should be able to say like, this thing bothers me and I would like to see something different without it turning into a woman is the lead character and therefore it's going to suck, which I think is one of the dumbest criticisms you can have.
Yeah.
And saying that people want unattractive women, like they're creating these straw man arguments that nobody's having. With Starfleet Academy, go ahead, Darren. Sorry, you're going to say something good for it.
No, I was just going to say, like, I think One Piece is interesting because, like, I was talking to my friend about it who, like, loves the anime. Like, he adores the anime. That's his, like, number one thing. And, like, he doesn't like the show very much. And, you know, he was telling me some things that he didn't like about it. I was like, I don't like this thing or this change or this change or this change. And I was like, I guess that makes sense. Like, if I watched 1,000 episodes of any show, I would also probably be very protective of that said show. But also, like you're right. Like, they're targeting the wrong, like, nitpicks. Like, you know, I have no problem if you're like, I think this character was miscast. I don't see this person as a character. That's fine to me. But when it's like, but it's because they're black and anime doesn't have black characters. It's like, well, no, that's where you're in the wrong.
But here's the issue I have with that. We got two people in the green room. I see you guys. I'm going to bring you up in just a second. But here's my issue with that. If they cast someone in a race swap, right? They do a race swap on there, and that actor isn't good in that role. You can't even have a conversation about that actor not being good because so many people immediately get mad that they're black instead of white.
Yeah.
That's one of my issues I have.
That was my issue with Supergirl. I thought the character of James Olsen was nothing like Jimmy Olsen. He was cool. The ladies liked him. He was good looking. But you couldn't have that criticism because people were like, "You just don't like him because he's black." I'm like,
but that's what I'm saying.
My issue with it.
But before I give my example here, first of all, EVS is in the chat. One of the people that was part of the Green Lanterns, the created Green Lantern story they're going to be using. So it's interesting. I thought you were live, Ethan. See you in there. Bob's here.
Hey.
The destroyer of Eric July has arrived. And we have Jake in the house. How are you doing, Jake?
Oh, doing pretty good.
Yes.
I was going to say, you guys, that Jimmy Olsen character, I don't even have a problem with that character. It's just the fact that they called him Jimmy Olsen instead of Malcolm Duncan. That one little change would have fixed it all. Because he was pretty much exactly like Malcolm Duncan.
I feel like that any sort of criticism you have now, you have to... I talked about this on the Showcast with Bob and Dane back in the day, but I feel like, for example, if there's a house that's on fire, right? I'm walking down the street and there's a house that's on fire, and I don't like houses with red doors, and that house has red doors. Is it worth it for me to complain about the red door on that house while the house is on fire? You know what I'm saying? Like that's essentially what it is.
Yes.
You know, if you're watching a fandom that's on fire because of like all this anti-woke stuff, but you want to criticize something, do I want to contribute to the problems that exist by giving my 2 cents when I'm talking about a red door while the whole house is engulfed in flames? You know what I mean? Like what am I doing at that point?
Yeah.
And yes, all doors matter. Screwface. All doors matter.
No,
Eric, doors lives matter, okay?
Are we talking about something specific? I'm coming in a bit late.
Just we started out talking about how like I don't remember like the beginning.
It started with One Piece.
So One Piece is getting a lot of criticism. I talked about how I thought the Green Lantern trailer was a solid trailer, even though I'm still a little skeptical about some of the elements of it.
Yeah, I'm very skeptical,
what I mean?
but I'm cautiously optimistic about that trailer.
Exactly. That's the same boat that I'm in. Like I want it to be good, right?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. But I was saying like something minor, like I didn't like X part of the trailer, turns into like defensive mode for most people because they automatically think that you're going down that road of just calling it woke trash. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, that's part of the frustration thing about just how the whole nerd culture has morphed from social media right now. It's all hate, and it's very frustrating because it's like you can actually have critiques of a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing is perfect. There's plenty of valid critiques, but so much just gets clumped together with this hate, and then it gets really frustrating.
Dude, as a Green Lantern fan, I am stoked that we are actually finally getting John Stewart after all these years. After all these years of almost getting him, we're getting these pseudo versions of him in TV. I'm glad we're actually finally getting him.
I don't want to even platform any of the when I say criticisms, it's not really criticisms. It's just shit talking.
I've seen some real criticism. I think
but they get buried.
They do. Yeah.
Yeah, real criticism
that's
doesn't
the issue.
Get boosted.
Like for example, Starfleet Academy. I defend the stuff that's said about Starfleet Academy that doesn't make sense to me. However, there are some criticisms I have of the show, but if I say those, they seem so mild compared to the outrageous, sensational, hyperbolic stuff that people are complaining about. A good example is, this is not a spoiler, okay? It's not a spoiler, but let me give you an example. Today on social media, someone, I can't remember who it was, posted, it's one of the grifty channels, but they posted a picture of the end credits for the show. Now, the end credits for the show in the final episode is literally the actors' names next to the characters' stuff that they play in the credits for the show. They were criticizing it because they said that the actors' children's photos didn't look like the actual characters they played on the show when that wasn't the point. It was the credits for the show.
No, I mean, when you actually watch it, it's obviously just high school photos and stuff like that. It's
the point is they were giving them class photos because the show was about going to school. So that was the joke. And then it says the actor's name, and then under that it gives a little blurb about the character they play. That's what it was.
But
some of these critics need to go back to school.
But if you read the blurbs and you read their quotes, it was obviously a joke because they did the computer voice, the woman who did the voice of the Athena. Then they did Stephen Colbert, who is the digital dean of students. Then comes Tig Notaro, and her blurb is, "Why am I after the voice actors?"
Right. But that's what I mean. But the thing is, they're misrepresenting it. This is the thing that gets under my skin. And this is why I'm so good at going after these fucks, right? Because they were acting like it was in the show.
Yeah.
Like they pulled them up like it was part of the show. It wasn't. It was in the credits for the show, which means it was crediting the actors. And when I called them out on it, then the name calling started.
Was there
then it's like, oh, you're a loser, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
No, it was just the credits. So
I was making a pun to Darren's thing.
After the credits. We have Ronan.
What's up, folks?
Out tonight. Holy shit.
I don't know how I'm gonna do this because somebody's face is gonna get
by the way, I
sorry, Eric, you don't have
Starfleet Academy. So.
Let's do this. Hold on.
Eric, that's what happens when you have a panel full of people that actually use their cameras.
Yes, there we go. That's better. You can see Ronan's beautiful face down there in the corner now. So it's good to see you, Ronan, and because usually we get your voice only, so it's
interesting. Background, Ronan?
Yeah, so here's a catch. I'm a little under the weather. So I had to move the desk and all to the bedroom. And so I was like, wait a minute. Eric streams tonight. Let's see how it looks and whatnot. And so,
I like it. It looks good.
It looks good.
It does look good. Yeah, it looks really good. All right, so we don't have that many topics, but we have a big panel, so I guess that's going to help because we have 6 topics, 6 people, so I think it should work.
Yeah, those little bonus things.
Yeah.
No one can talk over anyone else's segment.
Yeah, I did want to give my quick opinions on One Piece season 2 because I have seen the whole season. No spoilers. It is much better than season 1.
Yeah.
I think it's much better than season 1, and I think it is probably the most fun I've had watching a show in a long time.
Ooh, nice.
It's a really, really fun show, and I know that a lot of people have issues with it, and that's fine. Again, some of it's valid, some of it I think is bullshit. But I do think that if you are someone who's never read the manga or never seen the anime, you're probably going to really enjoy it because then you're not going to be nitpicking all the little details. So I understand some people are gatekeepy about it. I get it. But I think that if you're someone that's never engaged with that content at all, you're probably going to really, really have a good time with it without any sort of issues. But you got to remember, It's a fantastic world. Weird things happen.
Yeah.
So
It could
Weird
serve as
things
someone-
happening in One Piece? No, I'm not watching that. No,
It could totally serve as someone's entry point for that IP.
yeah.
I watched.
I mean, it works for me.
I watched season 1, and I didn't watch the anime because I was like, I'm not watching 1,000 episodes of the show. And I like.
I'm not
That
gonna lie.
shows-
After watching season 1, I was tempted to dive in.
I
Yeah.
did. I started it. Like I had never watched an anime before. That's not like that's not like a piece of media. Like I just had never got into that industry. And I was like, I love that first season so much. I want to see more of it. I want to see that world. And I'm very early in still. I'm only about like 40 or odd episodes into the anime, which was a long time.
A long way to go.
But
All right, before we get into our first topic, we do have a super chat from Naruto, $5 super chat, and a channel member. Thank you, Naruto. Eric, so will the One Piece season 2 differences list I DM'd you be talked about on Monday? Yeah, we could talk about it on Monday. I wanted to give people a full week to like watch the show before I discuss it.
I'm two episodes in, so I'm doing.
Yeah,
Same.
and if people don't get a chance to do that, I will save it for like the end of the stream. So if people want to dip out, they can. But yeah, we'll do that. All right. So first thing we're going to talk about is Jensen Ackles. Is it Ackles or Ackles? I never know how he pronounces it.
I think it's
Ackles,
Yeah,
like
sounds right,
Rackles or
yeah.
Smackles or Spackles. I don't
I
know.
thought this was like a TED article at first.
Yeah, I noticed that. Raps filming on the Boys spinoff Vought Rising reveals challenges of getting into the armor. There's a video here. I don't know. Here's Soldier Boy. By the way, is anybody excited about this spinoff? I'm just curious because I know some people aren't too keen on.
I'm intrigued. I don't know. I wasn't
The
really
Boys.
excited for Gen V, but then I really liked the last season, so we'll see.
I haven't dived into the boys' mythology at all, except for one episode, and I know how brutal and rough the comic is. When I heard this spinoff, I'm like, you know what? It'd be a weird unorthodox way, but this spinoff might be my entry point to the boys universe.
It says here he put on this video. Let's see if we can hear this video.
All right,
hear
final
this?
day of filming Vought Rising,
Yes.
season 1. Got to put this stuff on for one more time. Boots, pants, butt. Can't do it right now because it takes 3 people to get me into this thing. Actually, today it takes 5. 2 departments. Good times. So I'll just wait here to get dressed. Anyway.
Okay. The fun thing about it is this character, if you haven't seen the show, I won't spoil his backstory, but he's kind of like a very twisted Captain America.
Seen parts of it.
Who his character is.
What did he say at one point? Like, I invented so big thing in season 3 or 4, whenever he shows up. Like, I invented that. I was like, what?
Yeah. So he's a fun character, and it's really interesting because he's essentially giving us he is Captain America essentially, but like not Captain America. It's funny just to
Jackass
see
version
him jump
of
in.
Captain America.
Yeah.
Vought Rising takes fans
What
of the
John
boys back
Walker
to the
would have been.
right.
Well,
Vought Rising takes the fans of the boys back to the twisted origins of Vought, the company that created Compound V, which induces superhuman powers in humans. The series will also chronicle the early exploits of Ackle Soldier Boy, the so-called hero who has already proven himself a toxic and narcissistic antagonist over at the
Toxic
boys.
character in Boys? What?
I know. It's like it's every person on there. Stormfront, diabolical soup with a knack for manipulating public opinion. The series will also mark the return of Ethan Slater's Thomas Godolkin, who first showed up in the spinoff of the series Gen V. I didn't know this.
is that
Yeah.
new? I think that's
I think that's new.
exclusive. Yeah.
Wait,
I
Aya? The Stormfront thing?
Stormfront we knew, but not
Yeah.
Kidokin.
Oh, I didn't know that. No.
Ackles has previously lamented on the struggles of getting in and out of his suit. It's so funny we see them in these suits and you don't think about like it takes so much effort to put them on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes me plus 2 costume people to put me in, and I'm just in this thing walking around all day, and I sit down. It's not comfortable. Okay. You do scenes you're trying to move normal, and you get hot, and it's cold up in Toronto, but I'm sweating in that thing. We know about that. We've watched so many of those shows over the time.
It just makes me think all the way back to what Chris Evans said about his Avengers Captain America suit. He's like, I shot an entire movie with this thing on.
Dude, fucking Vision, Paul Bettany, whenever like he had to peel off his skin.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yep,
Yeah.
and another one for the CW guys here, Grant Gustin. One of the reasons why they did that cowl change is because it was causing migraines.
Yeah.
And
So-
like it's the running joke of Batman suits. Whenever Christian Bale told Ben Affleck, he's like, "Make sure you can piss in that suit. I gotta, I want to take a piss.
Yeah.
I can't that fucking suit."
Dude, that was one of Michael Keaton's conditions on coming back for the Flash was he had to be able to move his neck.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what freaking Tom Holland had talked about too, where like he couldn't. There wasn't a spot to use the bathroom in his suit like Toby and Andrew had, and he had to take off the entire thing to go. And it's like, yo, can I get this? And they're like, no, we can't do that. When Tom and Toby had it like 20 years prior. One thing about this, though, if I may, just really quickly, I did think it was interesting. He mentioned season 1 wrapped. Not saying that this confirms anything, but that was one of my big questions. Was like, is this an ongoing series or is this a limited series? This is the kind of show that does have a limit of how long it can go, right? Like we know where he ultimately has to go in the main continuity. So it's like, okay, is this a one-off, 2 seasons, 3 seasons, 5 seasons? So that's something I'm interested. But with him specifying season 1 has wrapped up, I'm like, okay, maybe he'll be coming back for a second season. We'll see.
And if I'm not mistaken, you guys correct me wrong, I don't think this is a spoiler, but like at one point he throws up a reference. And it's topical because I think at one point like he's watching TV and like he's like, Bill Cosby, now that's a and like I think one of the girls is like, no, dude, a lot's changed since you've been in the fucking since you've been frozen and shit. And so like I don't know why well maybe it's because I have enough trouble with Invincible, but like I don't know why this version, Vought Rising, maybe it's because it's the 50s and I like the aesthetic of that era, not necessarily what we were doing as human beings in that era. But that whole like, yippity go do, and then it's like, oh no, the superheroes that are like fighting crime, they're doing cocaine in the background, like like I'm like I want to see what that's like.
Well, the last video is kind of interesting. So Eric Kripke, who is the creator, says the first suits anyone wore were military suits, which were performative and ornamental. But things start to get flashier because it's about showmanship. It's less about military discipline and more about consumerism. And then you start to see them evolve in that way. That's really fascinating. So what I love about this is we're going to see, and I didn't even think about this because I kept thinking about like, oh crap, we're going to be back in a period where there's racism and all that shit. And I don't know how I feel about watching that again. But what we're going to see is going to be really interesting is how Vought got to be the juggernaut that it is in terms of like its power over society, because it is sort of like this concept of like every big company you can imagine in one company, and then that company controls all of entertainment, which is kind of what we're seeing with Paramount right now and Warner Brothers and stuff. But any thoughts on this? Is anybody excited about this show? Are you watching The Boys? You're not watching The Boys? I don't think, Joe, you're not watching The Boys, right? That's not a show you're watching?
No.
Did you even watch Gen V at all?
I watched the first couple episodes.
Okay. People really like Gen V.
I love Gen V. I like it better than The Boys.
It's my favorite.
Gen V is like the X-Men that should be. And like,
it is.
I think you'd like Gen V, Ronan.
Yeah.
Gen V is like these superheroes going to school and trying to deal with like all this weird superhero shit while they're in school. And
that's
so,
X-Men, yeah.
This is I think my most anticipated season of The Boys going forward. Like I love The Boys. I think it's great. I am getting a little, not tired, but I'm a little like, okay, I'm ready to kind of mix it up a little bit. I'm ready to do something new. We've done 5 seasons of The Boys and then 2 seasons of Gen V, which, is great, but also it's like there is a template that's starting to wear thin a little bit. We've learned that this season is going to be more of like a murder, like a messed up murder mystery kind of vibe. I'm like, okay, that's something different. That's something unique. We don't have a lot of like period piece superhero projects, at least it's not as many as I want. I'm already getting like Agent Carter vibes, which is a show that ran way too shortly in my opinion. So I'm really curious about this.
Like Carter herself, the show was cut in half.
Fair enough, Anarin. I'm not going to argue with you. Fair enough. But that's probably why I'm exhausted with having to see it in shows, is because we're dealing with it in real life. And it's like...
And that's why I think for a while, from afar, I appreciate The Boys, because they Eric Kripke, and that's weird. I've met him twice, Eric Kripke at Comic-Con, and I'm like, I'm afraid to tell him, I haven't seen your show, but I know that you're very topical of the show, and I appreciate that, because like the comic book was pointing at the administration of that era, which was Bush and Cheney, and like I love that they're doing that, and that apparently the writers' room are very in the know what's happening in the news. And so again, I hope that a lot of that element is brought to Vought Rising, because there's a lot that you can be said about the 40s and 50s of what we were and what we were going to be set up with what we are now.
Silhouette Animator, a channel member for 3 months. I know you've been a channel member longer than that, so that must mean you either upgraded or re-upped during the month. But what if Stan Edgar lives and shuts down Vought? I mean,
we have another season of Gen V at least coming. We have the Boys Mexico coming. Yeah. I'm not sure if we can shut down Vought just
right. I feel like they have to keep it open for storyline purposes. But Naruto here with the $2 super chat says, I'm excited for my supernatural reunion in season 5. Yeah, we're going to get the boys back together in season 5. I don't know how much of that's going to be. Like, I don't know how much interaction they're going to have on the show, but I do like the idea of them being back together. I was a big fan of Anybody else watch Supernatural at all on the panel? I don't know if anybody watched.
I did up to a point.
I didn't make it all the way to the end, but yeah,
I didn't either.
I think I think that there's the Leviathan season. I think I watched the season after that and I stopped.
I watched up to about season 7 or 8 is when I kind of stopped watching.
Yeah. I would like to finish it someday, though.
Have you guys heard the story?
I was just like, okay, like which one's
Which
going to
story?
die at the end of this season?
Have you guys heard the story of how Jensen got the Soldier Boy role?
I remember something, and I don't remember. Like, I do remember, like, they had a conversation during COVID or whatever.
It was
like, I have something for you.
On Michael Rosenbaum's podcast, which is a great episode, when he talked to Jensen about stuff, and he said, like, when he was pitching the prequel to Supernatural, that's when this came up, and how it evolved, and again, passively from afar, I've enjoyed what they've showed of Soldier Boy, and that's why I've been like, yo, Jensen, get more stuff. I think Hollywood should be looking at them like, yo, get more stuff.
I love Jensen. I look at this right. I'll pretty much watch most things he's in just because I love his presence.
He's Red Hood. He's Jason Todd and Under the Red Hood. So
and he's Batman along Halloween.
Staggervore with the 49 super chat says the new name for the combined Paramount Warner Brothers company is Vought.
Oh, that explains.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know. I must have missed that news update. It's in there somewhere. I just like.
What's that line from Incredibles? Coincidence?
Yeah,
I think not.
But we do. The next story is not quite about, because I know Jake hates the Paramount Warner Brothers conversation.
I'm not
God. David Allison, let us be. Don't cut off.
Aw.
Hold on. StreamYard just cut my. I couldn't hear anybody.
Shit together.
And mine now just sounded weird. What the?
Yeah, mine was sounding weird.
That's like the third night in a row that's happened for us.
I know. What the fuck?
It's Paramount, y'all. They're fucking with us.
Yeah, they're coming after us. So here we are. We're going to talk about this. Universal is kind of forcing this Paramount Warner Brothers merger bullshit to be even more complicated for them than it already is. I ran the math. It's not an exact number, but we'll put it here. Eric was muted and everybody else was echoing. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to say, Jake?
I was about to say, so the stream got better? Kidding.
Yeah, exactly. So we know that Paramount has repeatedly said they want to put out 30 theatrical movies a year. I went back and looked. It is 30, which means they have to have at any given time at least like 3.5 to 4 movies in theaters throughout the year for it to put out 30 theatrical releases. That just doesn't. They're going to overlap because there's just too many to do that.
Not enough weeks in a year.
Yeah, so it says movie theaters rejoice. Universal extends theatrical window to 5 weekends in 2026 and 7 weekends in 2027, which actually exceeds the 45 days that movie theaters are asking for by a couple of days. So we're talking about like a 47 to 50 day window for movies coming from Universal starting in 2027. Exclusive, so no VODs, no early on demand stuff. I believe this is a direct response to what's happening with Paramount and Warner Brothers. I feel like that's what this is. Because it feels to me like they're saying, you guys say you're going to do 30 movies, go right ahead. Mm-hmm. Do 30 movies. We're just going to put out better movies and we're going to leave them in theaters longer.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do.
And what a year to do it, right? Like
Yeah.
you have, I mean, obviously the Odyssey, which we think is going to do incredible. Not to mention Mario, which I think, has tripled the chances of. I've already said all year, I think this is going to make $1 billion, but I think this is it's going to make that $1 billion. I think.
Oh yeah.
Disclosure Day, the Spielberg.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a trailer for that we can watch tonight too.
Yeah.
I think there's a new trailer for that. So, I think you watched it already, Bob, in your stream. I think I caught part of that when you watched it.
Wild,
so.
yeah.
No trailer spoilers, Bob. Keep them to yourself. So, just kidding. It's a major change. It's a major change from the pandemic era when Universal was aggressive in brokering deals that shortened the theatrical window to roughly 17 days. That was the COVID number. So 3 weekends at the most. Now the studio is committing to longer runs, promising a minimum of 5 weekends in 2026, 7 weekends in 2027 before a film moves to home entertainment. It goes down here to say, the reason why, our windowing strategy has always been designed to evolve with the marketplace, but we firmly believe in the primacy of theatrical exclusivity and working closely with our exhibition partners to support a healthy, sustainable theatrical ecosystem. Look, I'm not the biggest fan of these large corporations, but when they do something that I feel like is in the benefit of like theaters and consumers, I think it's a good thing. And I think this is a good step in the right direction for that. It says here, studios often argue, especially after a costly big budget flop. Now, by the way, this speaks to exactly what I've been saying over and over and over again. That theatrical is just one component of a film's profitability. That's because digital rentals and pay one deals can offset potential theatrical losses or, of course, bolster profits for box office winners. Oh my God, it's almost like I've had to repeat this over and over and over again for years now.
That sounds like woke propaganda. Everybody knows all the movie money makes is the box office, and that's it, not a penny more. No.
So basically, he's saying here that they were rushing it to home streaming to offset financial flop in the box office, because you can make 50 to 100 million on home streaming, and that's good for the company because they make that money back and they save the cost. So the other thing that people don't think about is they're not sharing money with tickets to movie theaters at that point. They're making money directly from the VOD. So that's why they were doing this. It says here, Universal's longer guarantee of theatrical exclusivity, however, acknowledges that a meaningful big screen run secures a better return on investment, which goes back to what some other people have been saying. I don't know who, somebody on the panel said it at one point, that putting movies in theaters longer actually helps them on the home rental market. I can't remember who said that. Somebody here said that. Was it you, Joe?
Yeah, it was me.
Okay. They're agreeing with you here. Disney, the largest film studio in terms of market share, currently boasts a 60-day window, and they see extremely good return on their VOD. So this is just confirming what you said, Joe. Like that they do better when they stay in theaters longer.
Yeah, just going to theaters. Like it did even a movie that the perfect example is Red One. Red One, Christmas movie with The Rock last year. 2 years ago, Prime put out a direct-to-streaming Christmas movie with Eddie Murphy called Candy Cane Lane. Nobody watched that. No one heard of it. Nobody knew what the hell it was. Nobody played that. Red One comes out in theaters. Again, an Amazon film. And everyone talked about how it bombed in theaters. Oh, terrible movie. Didn't do well, blah, blah, blah. It did great when it hit Amazon. What's the difference? Yeah. People heard of it.
That's true. Yeah. I can't tell you how many times we've been like flipping through Netflix or Prime or something looking for something to watch, and we'll see a movie. It's like, oh, it came out this year, and I'm like, I never heard of it. Like, I never saw a trailer. I never heard of this film. And it ends up being really good. And I'm like, if I would have known this movie was out, I might have gone and seen it in theaters, or I might have prioritized watching it at home.
There is as much as it's thriving now, there is still this element of, well, streaming is a lesser quality. And if that's true or not, we can debate that to the wall. That is still the mindset of many people.
It's the new direct to VHS.
Exactly, where it's like, oh, wait, this was in theaters for 6 months. I'm going to watch it. Even if you didn't go see it in theaters, there's still that, like, oh, all my friends watched it in theaters, so I should get caught up for when they talk about it, and wanting to have that, like, that like not FOMO effect of like, oh yeah, I guess I'll watch Superman since all my friends watched it or whatever.
Yeah, Superior Nav like confirms this as well. Like it's a perception thing. If movie stays in theaters longer, people immediately think it's a popular movie. If it has a short stay, people think it failed. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Melania movie.
Hey,
God.
I'd like to point out this is. I'm happy to hear this because when Warner Brothers first went up for sale, I kept hearing people say, "It would be great." Universal. It would be great if Universal got it, and I kept saying, Universal would be the worst studio to get it. The worst, because up till now they have been the worst studio for theaters because they, you talk about a 40, like you said, 17 days. They go with 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, their movies are on streaming. Like not 45 days, 2 damn weeks. So yeah, this is good news.
It says here these are the movies that we're going to see in this new slate in 2026, right? So we're going to get the Super Mario Galaxy movie. It's going to get that what is it, 5-weekend release? The Odyssey, Despicable Me, Minions and Monsters, and Disclosure Day. So I think that's good. This is a good thing. Like we don't really get good news very often when it comes to movie theaters and stuff. So I'll take one when I get it.
I mean, I will also add a new Minions movie.
Are we gonna get the Minion Bros again?
Money.
All right, we got another super.
You're not a Minions fan, Bob? The last one was great. Rise of Gru.
Technically, wasn't the last one.
That was the last Minions movie.
Oh yeah, last Minions, I guess. Just really quickly, I wanted to throw it out there for people to be careful. Apparently, there is a Spider-Man trailer floating around online right now.
Oh, not again.
Oh, it's likely that it'll be
an AI one or a real one.
I'm not looking to find out. I'm not going through
I didn't know
to
what
see
people
if
were
it's AI.
saying.
But I'm seeing a bunch of people on Twitter. I'm seeing some screenshots around. I'm seeing some things. So just be careful if you guys don't want spoilers.
The rumor is that it's supposed to be coming out on Tuesdays. This is like, come on now, security.
That it's going to have one of those 30-second teaser where it's like tomorrow.
Well, all I'm going to say is I'm so glad that we pushed the Nerdcast on Mondays back to Tuesdays because stuff always came out on Tuesday, and I was
all the good shit was on Tuesdays. You're like, I don't want to wait 3 days to talk about this.
Yeah, it was annoying. We do have a super chat here from Cartoon49, becoming the first super chat over in the Debunks stream. Thank you so much for the $5, Cartoon49. Good to see you here. Have you heard of TTBN Gaming? I have not. He's someone who calls out anti-SJW YouTube and accounts. He also likes movies. You should invite him. I have that name sounds really familiar. I feel like
really
somebody has brought that up to me before. Yeah, Bob. I think maybe when we were on a showcast, somebody might have mentioned it. Either way, TTBN Gaming. I'll have to check it out and see. I don't mind inviting people on as long as they're going to come on and have a good time and chat about stuff. So,
by the way, since we mentioned trailers, have you heard about this movie? There's a trailer out now. It opens in like 2 weeks, I think. There's a documentary coming out that's apparently from the people who brought us Everything Everywhere All at Once.
No,
called the AI Doc. Or How I Became an Optimist. But it's about fears of AI.
Okay, we can watch that trailer because I'd love to see that. So, he's been on the. So we have seen him on the showcast. So he's been in the showcast, like in the chat. Okay, that's probably where I recognize the name from. He's live on his channel right now. Okay, well, I can't really do much at the moment because we are currently hosting a show as well.
We could raid him like the Shuli Network does.
They added that raid feature on here, but I don't know if it ever actually worked right because I tried it on channels and it didn't actually do anything. So
we did that with Party Nation once, where Party Nation ran longer than we wanted it to. I had to go do my stream, and so they started reacting to my stream on their stream, and then I was reacting to their stream, watching my stream. It
Reaction.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I remember that day. That was crazy.
Anarin here with people that like Doctor Who might be interested in this. I'm not totally caught up on the newer stuff, but $5 super chat from New Zealand. Did you see that missing episodes of Doctor Who have been recovered the first in 13 years? Are we talking about the old Doctor Who, like the really old ones, right?
Yeah.
Because there was
first and second Doctor are missing stories.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is this the second Doctor? I think the second Doctor is the one they're missing the most of, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, absolutely.
There's also a couple of like holiday specials apparently that are no longer available that were only aired like one time.
They were animating them for a while. They were going back to like the original scripts and like doing
cool.
like animated versions of them.
I mean, it's cool, but also it's kind of frustrating because if you've seen a lot of the second Doctor, he like a lot of what he does, it's very physical with his face and stuff like that, and you lose that in the animation.
One day I'll get into it. I gotta
you have a
Sherlock.
long list of shit.
Dude, don't even
We
get me
all
started.
do, man.
I have relatives
We
who
all
are like, when the fuck are you gonna get to this? I'm like, God damn it, I don't want to fucking be forced to watch a thing and be like, nah. Like,
Screwface said, I popped
Yeah.
over a stream to name drop you. I appreciate it.
That's nice.
Joe, I just noticed
Fallen-
you have us in your background.
Okay, so it looks like they found a couple first Doctor episodes that were missing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Cool.
Did they finally reveal which missing Classic Who episodes were recovered? That's what Bob was just looking up. So.
Yeah, I'm looking for a title.
All right, before we get into the big topics tonight,
before we get
go
real
for
quick,
it. Yeah.
it's called The Nightmare Begins.
Okay. All right, before we get into our big topics, one more topic I wanted to talk about, and this is for all the fans of Avatar: The Last Airbender. We got some pictures here.
I thought of
Um,
Aaron instantly when I saw this photo. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is going to be the movie they're kicking over to streaming, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Everybody, like everyone associated with this is like, this should go to theaters.
It's so
Everyone.
stupid.
Yep.
It's so like mini rant. It's so stupid that Paramount is literally actively being like, "We're the savior of movie theaters." Then fucking prove it. Put this shit in cinemas and prove that you're trying to save movie theaters. It's stupid.
I mean, Avatar
So,
has a pretty big fan base. They probably
Oh, absolutely. I think this would have done really well in
I think it
theater.
would have done
You
well.
know, here's the crazy thing. We are living in an era where animation is actually bringing people into theaters. We're going to talk more about that in the second hour. But we're living in an era where animation is bringing people into theaters. And you take one of the biggest animated things in the world, and you're like, we're going to take it out of theaters and put it direct to streaming.
Dude, I'm telling you, I was there at Comic-Con. The Hall H had cleared, and then I was leaving because I had to go do work. And right before I left, the Demon Slayer panel was starting. And dude, they fell that mother out the wazoo, and it was trending. It was like, yo, the Demon Slayer panel got like filled. It's like, this movie's gonna make money. And then what happened? Ended up making a lot of money.
And
Yeah.
and I think people like I think what they're not thinking about is like, obviously over here it would have also done well. Like I think, you know, most people who grew up in the like late 90s, early 2000s have a nostalgia of this. But we're also like forgetting overseas, this would have done massively. I think this would have done huge. And I feel like, I don't know, I don't get it. I don't, and like you go through the trouble of casting these like, you know what, like Stephen Hahn and like, you know, all these like massively huge actors to play these characters. It's like, I think you just wasted your money if you're just going to shovel it on streaming. Like you could have just got normal voice actors to play these characters then.
Yeah, I see. There's part of me that would hope that, you know, they would come to their senses like Disney did with Lilo and Stitch and be like, oh, hey, maybe this shouldn't be from streaming, and then we'll put it in theaters. But I just feel like it's too little too late for that.
I think it's too late. Yeah, unless they push it back, but
They might.
So let's take a look at some of the pictures here. We got
They want money, right? That'll make them money.
Yeah. We've got all of our characters here grown up now, which I think looks really like Aang looks incredible, like back here in the back. And then
I love Zuko's new look. I think he looks awesome.
Yeah.
And then we have down
yeah.
here a shot of them from this is from Korra, right? This is from the Korra show, or is this something else?
I haven't seen Korra, so I'm not
I
sure.
think this is the photo they released when they first announced the movie, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But it might be from Korra. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Here we go. There's Aang again, looking extremely cool.
Yeah.
Now here's this is the poster, and this got all the characters together. But who is this back here over his right shoulder?
That's the villain. I could be wrong.
Okay.
I think that's Dave DePista's. I said it wrong again. Don't flame me again. But I think that's his character's name.
Darren.
It's rumored to be like another like lost airbender, similar to Aang. Like another one was lost in ice, and now he's coming back to whatever. Which I need to see what they do with it. But I'm like, oh, it's like the whole like Krypton thing where it's like, well, there's another that we didn't know about kind of thing.
Music Lover said, yeah, that was from Korra, so that's confirmed. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, it is Korra?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've only seen Korra once, so I'll have to rewatch it.
I love that show, especially the
like
last
Korra,
2
too.
seasons. And there's Katara, looking very cool. There's Zuko. Zuko's hair looks great.
Yeah,
Except
yeah,
to
I love
say,
them.
like, I love
the long hair.
I really hope we still get that Zuko movie that was rumored. That'd be incredible.
Toph, looking very cool. And there's the full poster there.
Yeah.
Because I'm not into this franchise yet. How do we feel about the live action show?
I don't mind the live action show. It's better than the movie. The
We don't
movie
talk
was
about
awful.
that movie.
Yeah. The show is okay, but I think the animated series for me is superior to the live action show.
Okay.
I think that's going to be the case for everybody.
Yeah.
Like the show is like arguably one of the greatest shows ever made. Like it is like a masterpiece. So it's just it's hard to replicate it. My take is like I like the live action show when they're trying new things and adding new things galore, but it's not a great adaptation. Like it falls flat when they're trying to recreate what made the original great, in my opinion.
So one of my favorite characters from the animated show is Katara. And one of the issues with live action shows, Katara is kind of a nothing. It's kind of there.
Yeah.
You know, I just started thinking. I've never seen the show. Like, it hasn't appealed to me, so I haven't watched it. But maybe I should watch the M. Night Shyamalan movie and see. No. I think I should.
He likes bad movies. It makes sense.
Because I can watch it with the viewpoint of someone going in fresh who has not seen the TV show and see if the movie actually has value when not compared with the TV show, because I don't have that basis of comparison.
Well, I actually watched that movie before watching the animated TV show. It's bad. It's just bad. It's just bad.
Yeah, but that is the thing with M. Night Shyamalan. He's very hit or miss. You know,
I couldn't finish the movie. I had to shut it off.
Did you really?
Yeah. I could. I still haven't finished it.
I remember seeing the trailer for it, and I remember being like, and I remember friends going to go watch it who were big fans of the anime, and I had a friend who had never, like Bob, had never seen it, and he was like, "Is it what the show is?" And they kept trying to convince him, like, "No, dude, I swear the show is nothing like that movie, man." And then like I remember, I think Dev Patel, who's one of the characters in the movie.
Yeah, he was like, Zuko. He was good.
He was like,
we got a super chat here from Lone Wolf. $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Lone Wolf. That makes us 4 out of 5 in the Reloaded chat. Thank you. Hello, did you hear? Supposedly we are getting the Spider-Man trailer in front of Project Hail Mary screening next week. Hope it's true. So that's why it's coming out, is because of the screening of Project Hail Mary. Is that what that is?
So I'm seeing Hail Mary on Monday, and for like an early screen, because I think if you have Amazon, you get to see a few days early. So I'm wondering if we are going to see it in the big screen, and if we are, I'm like, God damn, I have to record myself like this. Patch will be like, yeah, I'm watching trailer. Cool. I'm waiting for another
Spider-Man will return in Avengers Doomsday.
Oh my god!
But it won't be the one you think.
This week, and I started a bit late. I should have started a couple weeks ago, but I started reading the book for Project Hail Mary in preparation for this. I don't know if anyone else here has read the book.
No,
I've
read The Martian, but not Project Hail Mary.
It's really good.
Yeah,
it's really, really good. I'm almost afraid of how they're going to adapt it, because I'm like, this is meaty. Like, this is a very meaty book.
Yeah.
I think
it's
if I
Lord
was
and
going
Miller,
for it,
though. Lord.
Yeah. Like, I'm reading this and I'm like, I kind of wish this was a TV.
Hey guys, they really went to space. There's no green screen. Remember they said that?
Yep.
No green screen at all. So
dude, listen, I've only seen what they showed at Comic-Con, and even then, ever since Comic-Con and hearing the hype people have seen it, I'm like, please don't be one where like it was so hyped and then you see it and it's like, because I really like the Martian movie. I really like that.
What movie in the last 3 years do you think was overhyped and you went to see it and it was like, what the fuck?
Flash.
Oh,
Superman.
Yes.
Jesus. Yeah.
I like a lot of parts of the Flash, but I remember people like, and again, there's only a few people who came out of CinemaCon and were like, I don't know about that.
Tom
people aren't
Cruise,
fans
man.
of.
Phil says Superman 2025.
I love you.
Yeah,
Phil.
he's not
Fuck
wrong.
off.
Superman was amazing.
But I remember the Flash. People were like, "Papa," fucking Tom Cruise called and was like, "Yo, high five and shit." And I saw the movie on a screening, and I remember being like, "I like it, but I don't know about the
The
greatest."
Tom Cruise comments kind of make sense because I feel like a part of him probably really resonated with all the Keaton Batwing flight sequences, and it
Sure.
probably reminded him of Top Gun. So
And look at that, Top Gun Maverick. That's when I didn't expect at all to like, deeply like be affected by him. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I cared about.
Well, I know
Maverick.
for a fact that Joe loved both The Flash and Superman. So
Yeah, phenomenal movies.
I'll tell you another one that was marketed. A lot of people were saying this was great, and I went and saw it, going, "What the hell is this?"
Multiverse of Madness.
Don't get me started. But no, fucking Jurassic World Rebirth. They were
Oh,
marketing that movie heavy, and I'm like,
Yeah.
sucked.
The only thing I had any curiosity about was the boat scene because I know that was part of the book and in the theme park ride, and I was like, that's it. I'm like,
It
I like
amazes-
Mahershala Ali in it. I'm like,
yeah.
It amazes me that they managed to make a Jurassic Park movie that made Dominion look better.
Damn.
I don't know if I'd go
So you
that
didn't
far,
like
but it
Rebirth?
wasn't Great.
I despised it.
Mm.
Like
Does
I
any-
hated
does
Dominion.
anybody
and then-
does anybody disagree with Joe on this one? Because I
after
feel
the
like this
first
might be
Jurassic
one of
World-
I
those
mean,
like.
I'm not a
continue.
fan of
I couldn't.
Rebirth, but I definitely think it's better than Dominion. I know.
I think it's
See,
much better.
here's where Dominion has, I think, the upper hand. We already care about the characters in Dominion. It's given us I mean, the movie's not good, but we care about the characters because they're returning characters.
Like
The new
I
characters
like
in Rebirth didn't like them at all.
I'm
How
not
about
gonna
Fallen
lie.
Kingdom?
At
Where
the
we at
point
with
we
that
get
one?
to in Dominion, I don't really care because I don't really
Fallen
feel like any of the
Kingdom-
characters are at risk. I mean,
Fallen Kingdom, I appreciate that they tried to be different. Some of it worked, some of it didn't. But
People like the
A lot of
opening.
it
I remember
did.
people.
Fallen
Fallen Kingdom is my favorite Jurassic Park sequel. Not my favorite Jurassic Park movie. The original is, but it's my favorite sequel.
More
The
than
original
Lost
is
World.
going to be my favorite forever. I think so.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
the only sequel that I really liked was Lost World, and that was
Lost
it.
World. I like parts. I like parts of 3, but like Lost World, I appreciate.
I hated the Lost World.
You wanna-
Okay, so
I mean, there's cool stuff in Lost World.
I like
Cody
I like
is-
3 and Fallen Kingdom.
Cody's coming in with a $5 super chat and a channel member. Thank you so much, Cody. So the rumor is it's a teaser trailer, and then the actual trailer is at CinemaCon.
I could see that maybe.
Yeah.
That would feel like such. I'm not gonna say clusterfuck, but like it's like that's too too
Long.
near when the release of a teaser and whatnot. And like, I suspect they would show footage there. We have friends going to CinemaCon, so I would suspect they would see some stuff there. But yeah, I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what does everybody think about this? Like, if we get like a mini trailer next week and then the full trailer at CinemaCon, how do we feel about that?
They got to be
I would expect it.
really
I don't-
conservative in terms of how much they hold back.
It depends on what the teaser is, I guess.
Yeah.
And how it's done.
Yeah.
Um,
Again, I've already seen a shot from what had leaked, and I went,
ooh.
and you know,
Yeah.
and I'll say this, and the boys know this. I'm gonna watch the movie. I'm excited to see it, but it's not my must see stuff the next few months. But after having seen Wonder Man, I'm like, all right, I'm a little more excited now.
Okay.
What if
Wonder
if the
Man was
teaser-
good. Wonder,
Oh, I love Wonder Man. Fuck.
What if the teaser is just Tom Hardy coming back as Venom, and that's all we get?
God damn.
I would be like, either this is the biggest swindle in the history of cinema, or this was a fucking cash grab.
It's Madam Web, guys. Holy
No,
shit!
no.
What are
Jared
you
Leto.
saying, Darren? He's going to be lethal and some kind of protector?
Oh,
my
Teaser's
Ah.
just a close up Jared Leto.
You
Gold.
could say it's his
Insert
last
Rick Dalton
dance.
meme.
It's
There's
he's
going
gonna
to be
he's gonna be a spider that's also some kind of a man. Wow.
There's
Oh,
going to
that
be
was-
carnage.
No, no.
You mean he's gonna also punish and her? Oh my god.
Let me tell you.
Okay,
That
that was
sounded really
bad.
bad. That was bad. Okay. Let's get into one of our main topics. Woke is good, everyone. So there was a study at UCLA, and this article is really interesting. because it really does sort of dismantle a lot of the narrative that a lot of these channels have. And I wanted to do this topic first because the next two things are going to be fun. So let's get this one out of the way because I think this is important and I do want to talk about it. But I do realize if we end on this, everybody's going to be mad. So we're going to start out with this one. Audiences prefer films with diverse casts, UCLA study finds. Now, I wanted to read through the whole thing, and I did to make sure I got all the details. Films with casts that were 41 to 50% BIPOC, which is Black, Indigenous, people of color, for those that don't know what that means, performed the best across several categories, including the highest median global and domestic box office receipts, the largest average theater releases, the highest average opening weekend rank, and the widest international distribution. Those are incredible metrics. The diversity range closely mirrors the 45.2% BIPOC share of the U.S. population, suggesting that films reflecting demographic reality resonate with audiences. BIPOC moviegoers also over-indexed as ticket buyers for films with 21 to 30% BIPOC casts and for films with more than 40% BIPOC casts. So these are groups that are going out and actually like watching the movies in theater. So it's not just it's not representation without some sort of reason. Like we're seeing that representation is actually translating into tangible ticket sales for these movies. Which, to be honest, Bob, as much as we've talked about, I know a lot of the other guys on the channel don't do it as much as we do. We've been doing it for a while, but we've talked about this. We have discussed in detail about how representation translates into success for a lot of these projects. And so to have a study that backs that up, I think is pretty impressive.
Well, it's also been kind of obvious. I mean, when we're talking about big Hollywood studios, they aren't just going to do stuff like, like if an all white guy cast will make them $1 billion, they will do that. They will do that. The only reason they do stuff like this is honestly for money. They're fucking money grubbers. I mean,
but Bob, this also dismantles the virtue signaling, like doing it for a reason. They're doing it for money. Yeah, they're doing it because it makes them money, which is what we've been saying is that if these things were not making them money, they wouldn't be doing them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the get woke, go broke doesn't make sense because they are making money off of it. And let's read a little bit more here. White moviegoers dominated the audience for biographies, documentaries, and dramas, which coincidentally,
people love them serial killers. I'm telling you.
I know.
What the hell?
coincidentally, I promise I haven't had an edible tonight. Have the lowest median box office receipts. So that the white moviegoers, us guys, are going to the movies that are actually turning out the less amount of money and the least amount of money in Hollywood. What is going on?
Gringos.
In contrast, BIPOC audiences make up the majority of viewers for animation and horror films, and nearly half the audience for action films.
Do you guys know how? Like again, because you brought up anime. Do you guys realize how big anime is? And I cannot speak for myself in Latin America. Do you have any idea how much like Dragon Ball Z has like almost like a god following, cult following all over Latin America? It's fucking wild.
BIPOC moviegoers purchased the majority of opening weekend domestic tickets for 5 of the top 10 films and 11 of the top 20 films ranked by global box office in 2025. This is all from 2025. Female moviegoers bought the majority of opening weekend tickets for 2 of the top 10 films and 4 of the top 20. This part's really important. While the audiences aged 18 to 34 purchased the majority of opening weekend tickets for 4 of the top 10 films and 11 of the top 20. This is why they're not catering to old people like me anymore. Mm-hmm. The 18 to 34 demographic are the ones paying money to go to see these movies.
Yeah.
You see, Ridley Scott? Young people are still gonna go see the movie. Like, come on, man. Mm-hmm. Come on, man.
Which I think, we've talked about this a lot, Eric, about like, okay, should we still be making nostalgic movies for the 70s and the 80s and some of the not quite 90s yet, but like that era? I was like, okay, are these movies still profitable? Is that nostalgia still warranted? And again, I'm super curious for He-Man. And
that's the big one.
Weeks. That's a big one.
Yeah,
we should be doing nostalgia for the Y2K era is where we should be focusing our nostalgia at.
I don't even know if the question, and I'm not saying this as a jab at you, Darren, but I don't even know if the question, should we still make these, is even like the way to say it, because like there's so many things that are coming out every day, every week, month, year, and if that's not the kind of thing that someone gels with, there's dozens of other types of genres out there that they can go consume.
Go ahead, Darren.
I meant more so like from a studio POV. Like, what are they thinking and saying? Like, oh, should we still be marketing to this like demographic? Yeah, like of course, make and watch whatever movie you want. Like whatever makes you happy is of course what you should watch.
I want to rope this back to Starfleet Academy. Now you'll see where I'm going to draw the line here. Okay,
take a shot.
That's the reason why that show. I just gotta. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm always based. I don't know. But before this article even came out, what did I say like 2.5 weeks ago about Starfleet Academy? They're catering to an audience of 18 to 35. Yeah. Here in this article, they're saying that movies now are also seeing the highest numbers of ticket sales to people from 18 to 34, which this just goes back to what I was saying, that's the market they should be targeting towards. This is why they're doing what they're doing with Starfleet Academy, is because Star Trek as a brand, even though it is sort of timeless for the older audience that watches it, they need younger viewers.
Yeah.
Darren, we'll use Darren as an example, right? I hate to do this, Darren. We're going to use an example. How much of old Star Trek have you watched?
Nothing.
Exactly. Now, if there were a new Star Trek project that came along that was a good jumping off point, would you be more likely to go, I'm going to give it a shot and jump into it?
Yeah, definitely.
That's what they're trying to do. Starfleet Academy is a jumping off point.
Yes, it is.
Eric, I don't think we talked about this. I have an 18-year-old daughter. My 18-year-old daughter watches Starfleet Academy with me every week.
Yeah.
She's also watched Strange New Worlds. She likes Strange New Worlds. She likes
That's a good one.
Decks.
That's a good jumping off point.
Yeah.
Too.
She likes Lower Decks. She likes Strange New Worlds. She's been watching all the recent Star Trek shows. She declared Starfleet Academy the best Star Trek show she's ever seen.
Yeah.
She said she's becoming obsessed with it because all she keeps thinking about while she's supposed to be in school is how much she wants to see Raimi and Jaden get together.
No,
they'll have scenes they'll have scenes together, and she'll sit there and going kiss, she's so obsessed with it.
But that's what I mean is like these are the reason why I love these articles is because when I say I love to get proven right when I push back really hard on stuff, because a lot of things that I've said, you go into the comment section or my videos, especially on my debunks channel, and you'll see people saying I'm wrong and all this other shit. And then when you get tangible evidence, you get an actual study that says this is what we found and this is what we discovered while we were doing the study, then I can go, see, I was fucking right. And I was. So let's continue this quickly.
And then people cry and then try to deflect the conversation.
And then start calling names and doing ad hom. Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead, Ronan.
This isn't about films. I'm going to bring it up to TV, and specifically my neck of the woods, which is the Star Wars corner. I could argue that the three best shows that have been consistently, people have come back and, continue watching and keeping the franchise going, Mandalorian, Andor, and Ahsoka. And guess what? Those three shows are being led by three Latinos. And I'm like, I don't know. And we've been waiting, how many directors Guillermo and all the other directors have won in these past few years in the Oscars. I'm like, I don't know, y'all. We show up. That's what I'm saying.
And to your not the same point, Ronan, but the same kind of thing where it's I'd argue the foundation of what Star Wars is doing right now is on the back of Clone Wars, of the Clone Wars and Rebels TV shows. That was more of a my generation kind of show. I didn't watch it, but that's a my generation thing. So I didn't, but most of us grew up watching those shows and being I was oh, I recognize this character in this new Mando movie.
And I know we're talking about shows, but I think the way media works today in the era of streaming, it all sort of gels together. Movies and TV shows
under the same umbrella.
Yeah. So it says here, among each BIPOC audience group, 10 to 13 of their top 20 films featured casts that were more than 30% BIPOC. Even among white moviegoers, 7 of the top 20 films included casts with more than 30% BIPOC. So one is a little bit more than half, one is just a little under half. Similarly, 13 of the top 20 films favored by female audience features casts were over 40% female, and 12 of those films centered on women-focused stories. The report concluded that Hollywood must focus on maintaining diversity across race and gender to ensure that people keep attending the movie.
Yep.
So this is a study that was done by UCLA. They've got their receipts. They've got their numbers. I just want to say that we've been talking about this for a while. You can make movies for everybody, but when you say for everybody, you have to mean you're making it for everybody. Don't just say you're doing it for everybody. You have to, you have to do that. And so when we see a larger pool of people represented in movies, you're going to see a return on investment. And now we have the receipts for that. This study was done all the way up through 2025, which means this is a very recent study.
And also,
it's beyond the COVID era.
I would suggest also that Hollywood has to not just put the money where the mouth is, but like the same effort you put in to put the movies out of the works of Scorsese, Spielberg, Coppola, De Palma, all the big heavy hitters, Nolan, all these folks. Mm-hmm. When you put screenplays, production behind people of color, behind women, you make sure that those scripts are just as good as the ones for the past, and make sure the production is just as running as smoothly as those in the past. Like, make sure that the door swings both ways, because when you give mediocre screenplays and mediocre productions to people of color and of women, it makes it twice or 10 times harder.
Or you rush things out on streaming, or you don't promote movies. Those things need to be taken into account.
I mean, look at Ryan Coogler right now. Like, one of the biggest examples. Like,
so happy for him.
Getting hit after hit, and you don't see people giving him the kind of runt of the litter in terms of screenplays or productions. He gained trust. They took a chance on him. Take a chance on some of these other people.
Yeah. And it's so, I think it's so important. And Ronan, you probably attest to this probably more than us, but in the film circles, I'm always hearing how hard it is right now to get into the film industry, to book it, to make it in, to get either the money to finance what you want to make, or I feel like Hollywood often just hires the same kind of set of people over and over and over again. And I think if we keep doing that, we're going to scare away all of our new faces, our new directors, our new screenwriters, our new producers. And that's going to be really scary. It's like, well, we have the same 50-year-olds making all the same things over and over again, which is why I think like Ryan Coogler is such a big commodity now. Like, I know he's not like,
a lot of people.
Showing a little One Piece love. Sorry, I had to throw it up there.
Getting your stuff seen in today's day and age is one of the hardest things to do.
Yeah, there's so much.
I remember my theater teacher who had taught me a lot, and he was, he broke me down in a constructive way of like what I'm doing good, what I'm doing bad. I remember at the end of one meeting of a class, he told me, "Listen, dude, I know you want to be in movies and you want to be in shows, but he was telling me, get your shit together, do this, because I don't want to just see you get casted as the dope dealer in shows and movies." I remember being like, yeah, man, I want to get into that world, but I know that's the first thing that's going to be, sent my way. I was like, hey, we need a Cholo. Hey, man, we need this, that. And it's just like, come on, y'all.
Hey, man, we're doing a GTA remake. We want you to play this.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Ryan here, Nothing But Media. Good to see you, Ryan. It's really late where you are, but good to have you here. The big Chud channels are all out of touch because they don't go to the movies either. They pirate everything unless they get invited to a premiere. Yeah, exactly. No, that's true. That's true. We have another super chat here from Stagivore. Everything goes back to the fucking Arrowverse, and I'm here for it. The fact that 18 to 34-year-olds consume more media is why the CW shouldn't have shifted their audience demographic. 100%. I totally agree with this. They kept saying, "Oh, it's all old people watching our stuff." Is it really though?
Yeah, guys. Really? How's that golf channels going for you now? Huh?
Yeah, I said that number was skewed. The reason why is because the CW would play reruns of like Judge Judy and shit during the day, and so a lot of old people would watch that in the background while they're doing their housework, and they thought that's what people wanted to see on their network, and it's not. That was just background noise for people's grandmothers and aunts and uncles. But
and the grandmothers probably couldn't even hear half of it.
The legacy of the Arrowverse continues on, man. Stephen Amell just booked, or not just booked, probably he's gonna be in Baywatch, man. Like,
they're still casting for that. I saw somebody put it in the Nerdcast suggestions. We just don't have the room for it tonight.
I saw the cast.
I see they're casting
I'm like,
for it.
Names make sense. I'm like, all right.
And
all
I mean,
so like,
hey, you know, like you can debate the quality of the shows and stuff all you want. They carried a consistent DC universe through the 2010s.
You got, I mess with you guys, but like, that's the Arrowverse.
I've seen a lot of revisionist history of people now going back and going, well, the Arrowverse was actually good, and what James Gunn is doing is bad, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
Because it's just commonplace to hate on the current thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're gonna do the same thing that that a Smallville went through in like 2020, where like Smallville got shit for years, and then in 2020 they're like, wait, this show's actually good. Let me praise this for the next.
Was it
10
good
years.
though?
I'm not doing this again.
Yeah.
That's absolutely.
$2 super chat for Low Wolf. Have you seen Absolute Zatanna? I think this is it right here.
Oh?
Yeah.
This looks pretty fucking incredible.
She took some notes from Black Canary there with that attire.
Yeah, this outfit is crazy good. This is 10 out of 10. I have no criticisms. I love every bit about this look.
Okay.
The spikes on the shoulders, the makeup, all of it. I love everything.
I just thought about something. You know how in certain iterations, and I just thought about it with the Black Canary comparison I made, how she's been a singer before, and then they've had her have a nightclub called the Black Canary. They've done that before in different iterations. Now I want to see Zatanna be like a lounge singer too, and I want to see her open up a club called the Magic Hat or something.
Yeah, this looks really good. I'm down for it. Cody here with a $5 super chat. Like Starfleet Academy, School Spirits. I haven't watched that, but people say it's good.
I need to finish
Spirits.
it. It's really good.
I need to watch it. Yeah.
It has some of the most queer rep I've ever seen, and one of the main characters, their name is Quinn, is non-binary. I've not seen it. I've heard good stuff about it, but I do think that School Spirits also fits into that bubble of like 18 to 34, 18 to 35, which is what a lot of people are trying to get to tune in for stuff.
I mean, speaking of like someone in that cast, like look at Cobra Kai. Like,
that's who it is, right? Right.
Yeah, like I feel like obviously people came for Johnny and Daniel, but I think they left for all the new cast of characters that they just fell in love with. And I think we were able to bring in an entire audience that probably wouldn't have checked the show out because of how they did that and the characters we put on display.
Yeah, I mean, Cobra Kai was like the best of both worlds. They're able to grab that old Karate Kid audience, but then you know you have characters like Miguel.
I actually think the Starfleet Academy is trying to do what Cobra Kai did, because they also have some of the older characters in it that kind of bring in the older audience
there
as well.
for crying out loud.
Yeah.
It's the perfect way to do that. Yeah.
What's up, Big Fieldy? Good to see you. Good to see you here.
Hello.
All right, so
the next. Are you sure it's good to see them?
It is good to see them. Yeah. We're gonna look at the Street Fighter trailer now. This comes out October something. Is it October 16th?
I think October. Yeah.
What is it? What?
Street Fighter.
Oh, Street Fighter. Yeah.
Good. Be decent enough. Yeah. You just have to be better than the 90s and the Legend of Chun-Li. That's all you gotta
do. How high is that bar, Ronan?
They will never one up Raul Julia.
Do we have a new trailer for it?
That's what we're looking at.
See fucking Andrew Schultz on my screen,
because I already know it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna beat the animated movie from the 90s. I know that.
All right, so question: this or Mortal Kombat 2?
Mortal Kombat 10 ways over.
Street Fighter.
Sorry,
I don't care for either.
Mortal Kombat 2 actually looks solid.
Well, let's see if the trailer can sway anybody's opinion. Here we go.
I'm not expecting much, but yeah.
We wanted to officially invite you. Do you accept
is this the trailer?
One of us, we're going to do our best to honor the characters and to bring them to the life of the best.
This is what somebody sent me. Is it a teaser or is it a trailer?
Promo thing. It's not. I don't think there's any.
Okay, that's why I didn't remember seeing a trailer.
Yeah, hold on for a second.
Looks like it's a promo thing. Okay.
Yeah, I was also at
the beginning, I'm like, wow, I wasn't expecting an 80s vibe for Street
Fighter. Oh, you get some new looks of the characters though. Like right here, you get to see a couple of the new looks. So we'll take a look here. Balrog and Guile here. At least they look game accurate.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Do we have anything
else? I think Cody Reynolds' Guile was just such a typecast.
Andrew Koji, I'm a fan of him.
Oh.
I mean, I like Cody too, but
Abracadabra.
This is one of the hardest working actors in fucking Hollywood. He is in everything I watch now. Everything. When I see him pop up, I'm just like, of course he's in this. Of course.
I like David Desmalchian a lot. It's just some of the stuff he's in. I'm like, why?
No, I mean,
Yeah.
I remember when I first started noticing, like, oh yeah, I like him. He's a pretty good actor. They just everything.
It's only a minute. We'll go ahead and watch. It's a minute long. Let's go ahead and do something.
All of us, we're going to do our best to honor the characters and to bring them to life in the best way they've ever been brought. Ever.
制作している監督はじめみんなそのストリートファイター大好きで自分たちと同じような
Oh my god, my Japanese is kicking in. I learned Japanese for like 3 years, so like I sort of understand what he's saying. It's been a minute for me, but yeah.
ファンでいてくれてるっていう子がすごく安心材料の一個で
We're all big Street Fighter fans.
I played it on my PS4, my PS5.
Chun-Li!
I was obsessed with Street Fighter. I just hit the button so fast and then see what happens.
すごく難しいことをすごくスマートに達成してくれてると思ってます。自分が知ってるストリートファイターはこれだ。
Nakayama knows Street Fighter better than anyone.
Here's the guy who brought us some modern Street Fighter, and he wants to play. Good luck. But it's definitely no fair. He knows things. It's okay.
Yeah, one more.
Listen, you guys might Mortal Kombat might win. They might win. I'm just saying, Street Fighter is more in my DNA, and I'm very picky. I'm only like being like, don't fuck up Chun-Li, Ryu,
Don't fuck up Akuma.
Cammy, and Guile. That's it. Those are my NBA Blanca. But like, I'm like everybody else. Like, please don't. I don't want this. I don't want people making fun of it. You know, it's a red box movie. It's a I don't want like please like.
You a Vega fan, Ronan?
I like Vega.
I need them to put out a real trailer, I guess, because like I've never touched any of the games, any of the projects, whatever.
Oh,
You know what this reminds me of, though? Honestly, it reminds me is like similarly to the Minecraft movie, where I think only the diehard fans are really going to show up for this.
Yeah. Like I feel like as someone who hasn't touched it, I can't get a good grip on like, does this look good or not? Like I appreciate, like I do kind of appreciate how goofy it seems, because I know
not taking
like
it too serious. That's the thing. When I was like, there's a fine line you gotta walk, and I don't know why the Game Awards footage. Yeah,
Ryan.
Yeah,
I know.
See, I just hope the fans who love it.
Wrestling's
yeah.
And again, this is why my hot take. I think Street Fighter should be more easy to adapt with a story into a movie than Mortal Kombat. Now, granted, the past games of Mortal Kombat I've heard have had great stories in them, so I'll give them that. But like with Street Fighter, you don't even have to put all the characters. Put a couple of them, and it's like make it a cop story, but with fighting in it, not just running bullets and spamming a bunch of nonsense and whatnot. I don't know.
So I just want to head count. Who is seeing the movie Street Fighter movie opening weekend? Is anybody going out and seeing it opening weekend?
Probably.
I need a trailer. I need to see actual footage.
Joe, you're not a big Street Fighter person, right?
No, but if they put out like a killer trailer, they could win me over. That guy with the hair, that looks like an SNL parody of Street Fighter, quite frankly.
Yeah. I do kind of agree with you with your whole Minecraft thing, Eric, because I thought Minecraft was one of the worst movies I've seen in years. I thought it was awful. But
really?
the fans love it. Like the people who love Minecraft love that
Joe,
movie.
you liked Minecraft?
No, that's the thing. I've never played Minecraft. I know nothing about Minecraft. I went into the movie blind, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was so much fun. It was legitimately funny. Jason Momoa was very funny in that movie. I really enjoyed that film. I'm glad I didn't see it in the theater because I read all the news articles.
I did.
See, here's the thing. I'm a theater guy. I like to see everything in the theater, but I read about the obnoxious behavior going on. And it leads me to wonder, because I put a review up on my Crazy Joe's Concession Stand channel of Five Nights at Freddy's. I went to see Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm a Henson guy. The Henson Company did the animatronics. Never played the game. I thought the movie was okay, but I said in my review, it was the most obnoxious audience I've ever seen.
Five Nights at Freddy's?
With. Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's was the absolute most obnoxious audience I ever saw a movie with. Yeah. And someone said, well, what do you expect? They were all kids. I said, dude, it was an 11 o'clock showing. They were all drunk. It was not kids. It was drunk adults. But it makes me wonder, reading about all the crap that went on with Minecraft, are gamers just assholes to see movies with? But I don't know. That's I'm legitimately asking. I don't know that is true. But between Five Nights at Freddy's and Minecraft, I gotta wonder.
I'm a partial gamer. I can't say like I Dan. I'm not. No,
I didn't mean you particularly. Right?
No, I know. And like I don't think so. But again, when I heard those stories of Minecraft, I was like, yo, that's a different breed. I don't know what the fuck that is. But like,
I mean, I'm sitting there holding a game controller in my hand. I consider myself a good theater guest.
That's what. Stop being gamist.
Here's the thing: I cannot picture Jake throwing rotisserie chickens at a screen. I can't envision that.
Oh, I can.
I don't think it's gamers. I think it's.
No. There was one movie where I wanted to.
I think it's
which
that.
movie?
Oh no, I know what it is.
Nope, I'm not doing this again.
I don't think it's the gaming community. I think it's the TikTok community. I think it's the meme community.
Maybe
the brain rot community. Which not saying everyone that are that's in the fandoms are like that, because obviously it's not. But like, I don't know. I think there's just a lack of etiquette not being taught to the younger generation in general. So when they probably a lot of people saw first movie in a while, or maybe even the first movie ever for Minecraft, there's a lot of young people, they didn't know what to do with themselves. They're like, oh, I can do this online, I can do this on TikTok, whatever. That doesn't equate to the real world.
I mean, we are kind of dipping our toes into a much deeper conversation, which probably should have how we're encouraging a world where people are monetized for essentially doing things for memes, and it's really obnoxious. Really.
Yep.
Yeah.
Knocking on wood, come October, and I go watch Street Fighter. I really don't want an actual fight to break in the middle of the movie. I'm like, guys, please.
I'm about to sound like an asshole, and I'm really sorry, but I do think Street Fighter is a different demographic of people, right? Like, I feel like it is on the slightly older side, where like Minecraft is like the TikTok generation. Like, they watched Vine and they were, they
the
were
nephews and the cousin. Yeah.
Right.
So,
you guys want a weird example?
No.
But
so when I went and saw, and I guess it doesn't even help that I don't like this movie, but that's irrelevant. Before me and my brother went and saw Joker,
God,
there was so much talk around our town that with how much mental health shit that it dives into, that people were like gonna be trying some fucked up shit in the middle of the screenings. So those screenings that we went into had armed security outside them.
No, they did that because especially after Dark Knight Rises, or
Dark
Knight Rises.
God,
Yeah, that was really bad. And then with what happened with the real life location on that movie, you saw all these comedians barely any time after the movie comes out, and someone goes, "Well, besides that, how was the movie?" I was like, "Really? Is that really what we're doing now?"
Yeah.
Fuck, people.
That ruined a lot of the theater etiquette. Like, I know around Wicked, there's a lot of people that came in with their green makeup, and they had to take it off. They had to be like, you have to go. You cannot enter the theaters with makeup on, a full face makeup on, because of that whole situation and what had transpired during the Dark Knight.
Right.
That. So
I just had somebody was asking about it. We're not doing a bonus topic tonight because I don't have a lot of time tonight. So we will be doing a separate stream. We're going to schedule the stream. Like we were talking about it, Jake, the other day. I will talk to everybody on the Discord server and we'll figure out a day. We're going to do a separate stream where we'll knock out a bunch of topics on that stream. So that way we do it. However, I do want to say what topics we have tonight because we did hit the goal.
Oh.
Top 3 best TV shows with one season.
Oh,
so it's your favorite TV show with one season.
One season for now or one season period?
One season for now.
Can we count one good season?
Can it be a season of TV and a movie?
Yeah.
Yes, it can be a season of TV and a movie. Just but it's only one season. So, top 3 least favorite fast foods. So that would be kind of a curveball there.
Oh, yeah. Mine is gonna piss people off.
top 3 best movie memories. So things you remember going to the movies with friends and stuff, whatever movie it is you went to see. And
Okay,
a good
I
memory
actually really
you
want
have.
that one to win now.
And top 3 worst Marvel live action characters. So those are the categories. So we'll see what people pick. Only 13 people have voted in the Reloaded chat. We are 2 out of 5 super chats
killing
in the
this
Debunks
channel.
So,
By the way, Eric, and you know, shoot me down right away if I'm going to disrupt the stream with asking this question, because I might and I don't want to. But speaking of TV shows that were canceled at one season, there's been a lot of speculation going around online about Firefly.
Yes, so we only have one. We only have one topic left. So I feel like if people want to talk about that, they can, and then we'll do some super chats. Because I know Nathan Fillion says we're going to hear something on Sunday. I think is what he said.
And I'm going to be meeting like you know, the whole cast is at AwesomeCon in Washington D.C. this weekend. I'm going.
So what's the speculation? What does everybody think we're going to get then?
Some said it's commercial. Some say it might be a
revival
continuation.
I'm hearing animated series. A lot of people are speculating
some sort
animated series.
Hold on, I'm sending a thing really quick.
Wait, who owns the rights to that franchise?
It's Disney, I believe.
Okay.
And again, this is where it's tricky because I love that show, but look who created it, and
Oh,
but,
that's right.
But there's plenty of talented people who worked on that show. They could get Tim Minear, who wrote the best episode of that series.
I agree.
Ben, there's lots of talented people.
Okay.
All right, don't need Josh.
Damn it, Joe, that's on my list. But like,
I've never seen Firefly, but if they announce it's coming back, I'll be
it's
like,
one
all right,
season,
I'll watch
so
it.
good.
It would have been an easier watch if they released the episodes in the right order.
True.
They're on Disney Plus in the right order. If you want to stream it, they're in the right order.
I'm going to grab a drink. I'll be right back. Continue discussing. I'll be back.
Take my gun, take my hand, take me where I can.
Yeah, so the entire cast, every single one of them except Ron Glass, who's dead, is going to be at AwesomeCon this weekend.
I don't think this can just be a commercial. As someone who hasn't seen the show, this feels too elaborate. This feels too big. I think this would be mean to the fans that they're like, it's a Pepsi commercial, guys.
I would be pissed. I would be pissed.
If it's some sort of product thing, commercial, or just something like that, that'd be so kind of a dick move, honestly. They're really teasing the fans with him going around to all the whole casting. It's time. Are you ready?
You know, what's his name? Baldwin. We fucking showed up with the beanie, and it's like, come on, man. You know how much people like care about that detail stuff, and like, I really like. Please don't pull the rug under our feet. Like that would really suck.
Do we like? I'm curious because like I know one of the things people have said is like, I don't know if like Nathan Fillion has time to do it, whatever. And I'm like, I don't know. Like in this day and age, we do a lot of these like new casting kind of things where it's like the next generation or whatever, where like they have the cast come in for a couple episodes and then it's like a new cast of characters or whatever.
Nathan Fillion and Marina Baccarin are both on series right now. So I don't think we're gonna. I think a series is out of the question. But a streaming movie could be like a directed Disney streaming movie.
A scripted podcast is the easy choice. When like, yo,
it's a rewatch podcast.
No. Well, I would watch that, but like I would put all that. Like, we'll continue stories, but we have to do it at the minimal level where like just voice, sound, and music. And like, I would buy that because it doesn't cost that much, and you don't have to spend thousands and millions of dollars to be on shooting. Is like everybody in the booth for a couple of days over a span of a year.
Yeah.
Darren, you and I both know that if we brought the Arrowverse stuff back through scripted podcasts, we'd be there listening to it.
Oh, yeah. I'd be there if they brought it back via coloring books. Like, are you kidding me?
Oh, man.
It's kind of crazy how many...
I'm really pumped for the Firefly coloring book. I'm really...
Did you notice there's only one company that makes coloring books anymore? Anytime you find a coloring book, it's by Bendon. How come like every other company has abandoned coloring books?
I'll be honest, I haven't been in that market.
I was about to say I have not. I'm not.
I was going to say with this, what if it's a video game?
Oh, that
would be a disappointment.
Could
What
be
if
a
it's a
light.
single? What if
they
it's a
did that
story-driven
Ghostbusters
single-player
one.
video game?
Those are the best kind of games.
Would it do well? Like I know Firefly has an audience, but I don't know if it has like that kind of an audience.
If Mass Effect can garner an audience and it's space, sci-fi, opera, and stuff like all that, I think Firefly can pull it off.
Yeah,
Fair
just
enough.
don't do what the last Mass Effect game did.
I was about to say,
I mean,
yeah,
it-
don't-
Okay. Funny, hilarious story about that. I was with a guy that I used to work with at GameStop. We were just talking one day, and we're like, yeah, I saw, Mass Effect Andromeda online. They were selling it on eBay for like $5. He looked at the computer, is like, we sell it for less than that here.
So,
That's how bad it was.
Super West dropped a £2 super chat. It says, "Where is season 2 of the wrestling show he's in?" Are we talking about Stephen Amell?
Heels?
They got canceled, didn't they? Or didn't they end?
Yeah,
Right, but it got
Yeah.
a season 2, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So what show are we talking about? Super West. I feel like it has to be Stephen Amell because
Heels,
the name is
yeah.
giving me like Flash vibes.
I mean, the show he was in that didn't get a season 2 was that Suits show.
yes, that was the
So-
one that got canceled.
I have good news and bad news. For one, you got a season 2. Have fun. Go
Oh,
wild.
I didn't know
Bad
it did.
news. That's it.
I didn't know it got a season 2.
It did. I got 2 seasons and then it got canceled.
Whoops.
I think.
Lone Wolf here with a $5 super chat. Full-length trailer for Obsession dropped yesterday. Love to hear the panel take on it since it's a full house tonight. Okay, we'll do the next topic and then we'll watch this trailer since we don't have another topic after the next one. Thank you for the super chat.
I don't
So
even know what Obsession is.
it was a weird trailer we watched a few weeks ago. They dropped a teaser for it, but we'll watch the whole thing. Since Lone Wolf gave me 5, because I know it'll get demonetized. The trailer will demonetize the stream. So, all right, here we go. This was the big one I wanted to talk about. Aaron Pierre joins Superman sequel Man of Tomorrow ahead of Green Lantern's debut in Lantras. Now, Jake, you just mentioned this the other day, that you thought that he was going to be
Yeah.
in Superman Man of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
How do you feel now that we've confirmed that he's going to be in Superman Man of Tomorrow?
I am all for seeing Aaron Pierre in more projects, but I am nervous because of who's writing and directing this movie.
James Gunn?
Yes.
You want to give us like your thoughts on that? Like why you are nervous because you think the TV show is going to be good and the movie's going to be bad? Because you didn't like Superman. You didn't like Superman, so
No, I did not. And I don't know. I feel like if Superman was any indication, Gunn is going to lean too far into his Gunn-isms, if you will. And there are just a handful of movies where I feel like he is not really held back, like Guardians 2 or a Peacemaker, for example, where he's just not held back, not held in check. And I don't know, just a lot of the characters in Superman to me felt like caricatures, and I don't want Jon Stewart to be one of those characters. Like, I was surprised by, how much, like, really the only 2 characters I liked out of that movie were Lois Lane and Mr. Terrific. Everybody else felt like cartoons. Metamorpho a little less so than the rest, but I don't want Jon Stewart feeling like that too. And he's a character I really like, and I don't know, like I'm very hit or miss on Gun stuff. Like I love Guardians 1, I love Creature Commandos, love the Holiday Special. Everything else is very hit and miss for me.
So I want to say that I think only Joe and I have really talked about like the R rating situation with the show and the other material in the larger DCU. I wonder how they're going to make that work, considering I think the show is going to be pretty hardcore. Like, how is that tone going to work with this character? Because we saw, like, a good example I can give with Marvel is when they changed Thor to be funny Thor, then Thor was just funny Thor after that. He
wasn't even
changed back.
funny.
So,
well, I mean, here's one thing I thought about, because the show, that trailer was pretty dark. They said they're going for True Detective vibes, and I totally got that. But then I'm also thinking about, okay, so the show's called Lanterns. So I'm assuming it's actually going to be about them like going into this really dark space and then essentially being a light there, and bringing light to this really dark situation, whatever it is. So I feel like by the end of this show, it might match the Superman type universe.
So I think it's called Lanterns because, like we see Atrocitus' actor in human form. We know Sinestro is going to be in this because it's dealing with more than just the Green Lanterns. It's dealing with the other spectrums. And like the 2011 movie didn't really do that. And I feel like this show is going to. I feel like that's why it's called Lanterns, because it's not going to be about one specific spectrum of lanterns.
Well, someone said it'll be about that as well.
Someone said in a stream, and I don't know why they felt this way, but I'm here for this. If at one point we get introduced to Sinestro and he's wearing his yellow ring, or we see Atrocitus, we see the red ring, and like they it's the beginning of the episode, and it cuts to the logo lanterns, and it starts glowing yellow or red. I'm like, go for that. I'm like, that would make sense. I'm like, why there was no green in the title, and what happened? All right, damn it, never mind.
Sorry, not you. Sorry.
Okay, it's okay. But like, I feel like because they said that they're doing investigating a mystery that is so dark and like is affecting where they're at right now in this universe with Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. And so I'm assuming that they'll investigate it and they'll quote unquote solve it, and then maybe this also passively, not directly, tease up Man of Tomorrow.
Because like they've been on the record being like, this sets up the entire DCU, and that's the thing where I'm like,
okay, we're saying projects work standalone.
Yeah, we're like conflicting what we're saying. I do ultimately think though it is going to be more standalone than not. I think we're going to be. I think it might be formatted like the DCAU was, where it's like you had Batman the Animated Series, you had Superman, but you could watch Justice League not knowing anything from those shows.
Exactly.
You got more, but you didn't need it.
I'll be at 100. I feel like every project that's come out, they've been like, "Oh, this is the key project for the DCU. If you don't watch this, you won't understand anything else." I feel like
exactly
everything, and I'm kind of like, whatever.
Yeah,
they probably need to get a better PR stuff for one out. But like, here's the weird thing about Aaron Pierre potentially joining Man of Tomorrow. There's almost like a reverse on Guy Gardner. Guy Gardner showed up in Superman, and it's a PG-13 movie. And then he's going to show up in Lanterns. And Nathan has been saying, I've never said the F word so much like I did in that show. I was like, okay, if they can balance Guy in Lanterns and the way I appreciated his presence in Superman, and I loved it. Then I think they could do that for Aaron Pierre as John and see how he plays
From what we've seen, I don't think Guy's going to be in it that much, though.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but like as long as if it can fit in that realm of rated R as opposed to PG-13, and they can make that balance work, then it's like, okay, that should be applicable to any other character in DC Studios' universe. And again, the person who broke this, people aren't big fans of.
Snyder, wasn't it?
Yeah, I get it.
Snyder.
Yeah. And again, I always take a lot of stuff, even when the stuff does land, whether people like it or not, I always take it with a grain of salt. But if he does show up in Man of Tomorrow, that's exciting. Again, I don't know. As someone who grew up with Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, I don't know how I cannot be excited to see that.
Yeah. So I want to sort of piggyback on this a little bit and give Joe a moment, because I do feel like he and I might have similar feelings on this. Joe, does this now sort of make it even more difficult for you, because you talked about not being able to have like your kid watch this show, but then she's going to have to watch this Green Lantern and Superman, knowing that she missed a part of the story from the TV show, right? I mean,
well, not really, because James Gunn has made it clear that everything's going to be standalone. Like you're not going to have to see anything to understand everything. Everything's going to be on. I mean, he's made that pretty clear, so I don't think that's an issue. But I'm still not happy about the TV show.
Well, they did say that Peacemaker. Oh, good, Darren. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'll say it in a second.
I was just going to say that he said that, but then he also said that Peacemaker sets up everything in the DCU.
Yes.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean. I don't think that's an issue. Like I don't see that as an issue at all, because you're going to have to explain that to an audience who didn't see Peacemaker. Like you're going to have somebody explain what this alternate dimension is in the Superman movie.
I get what you're saying, but I feel like that was one of the issues that Marvel had with a lot of their Phase 5 projects was that they had to explain stuff from the TV shows in the movies, and that made a lot of people annoyed because they didn't understand what these stories were.
I've always said there was this perception, there was this idea that there was homework involved in the Marvel stuff. If you didn't see the TV shows, you were going to be lost. And that was bullshit. There was never any homework involved because anything you needed to know was always told to you in the respective movie. The idea of homework was a perception, not a reality. And I like the fact that James Gunn has come out and said, you're not going to have to do homework because there are going to be characters in the Superman movie who are not going to know about this alternate dimension where Peacemaker is, that you know, they're not, the characters in the film are not going to know about that. So those characters in the film are going to have to learn about it. Right. And therefore the audience is going to learn with them. Yes, your experience will probably be enriched if you saw Peacemaker and you'll be like, I know what that is. But I don't think that's going to be an issue at all.
Well, let me throw something out there. One, I don't think studios like the head of their division telling people they don't have to watch stuff. I think that's probably bad for the studio. So him saying you don't have to watch everything is probably, we're not going to hear him say that much anymore moving forward.
You mean like when they said they were doing a full-on reboot and they said, hey, yeah, these 4 DC movies in 2023, none of these matter.
Yeah. I think telling your audience that they don't have to watch something is not good business, in my opinion. I think that's a bad idea. And I understand what he's trying to do. He's trying to make sure that people don't think of it as homework, but I think you could say it in a different way that doesn't make it seem like it's totally like, it's like saying, oh, I'm doing 5 things, but you only have to support one of them. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense to me, first and foremost. But the other thing is that with these characters coming in, the perception that you have to watch everything, I think is more important than the reality that you don't have to watch these things. Because the reality would require people to go to the movies and see the movie to understand that you don't have to watch the shows. The perception is more important to the general audience than the reality, because the reality happens after you go and see the movie.
See, and that's why I've always said Marvel's mistake wasn't that people had homework to do. Marvel's mistake was that Marvel did not get ahead of it and let the people know you don't need to see these things to understand what's happening here.
But I think Marvel did that for the same reason that I'm saying I think the executives are going to tell James to stop saying that because it hurts your business.
They want them to watch, obviously, but I think they've also learned from Marvel that if people think I didn't see this, therefore I can't see that, it ends up hurting the new thing.
Well, they also had the problem of overcompensation. Sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead, Jake. What do you got to say?
Marvel also had the problem of overcompensating because when it came to a show that was connected to a movie, if people didn't see the show, they had to retread stuff that was already done in the show in the respective movie. Case in point, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you have that whole show about Sam not feeling worthy of the shield until he eventually picks it up. And then a quarter of that Brave New World movie is him not feeling worthy of the shield, which they just spent 6 episodes working through, and now you're doing that again in a movie for people who didn't see that show.
Yeah, like, I mean, the only scenario that I've seen it work with Marvel where, like, if you only didn't see this or not, you wouldn't be lost, is the Guardians. The Guardians weren't that too tangled with the rest of the MCU, and yet they stand on their own. But
wait, hold on 1 second, Ronan. Did Ronan's audio drop for everybody?
Yeah.
Yep.
Really?
That was weird.
It's back now, but
it was weird. StreamYard was doing StreamYard, I guess. So go
Fucking
ahead.
StreamYard.
Yeah.
Anyways, the Guardians. It's a good example of, like, they're not too connected, but when they get an Infinity War Endgame, you're like, yay.
yeah.
Yeah, but then when you go to Guardians 3, you're like, wait, where's Gamora?
Let's Darren, you had something to say, so go ahead.
I don't know if I fully agree with the whole Marvel, like, you didn't have to at all. Like, I think you are missing a lot if you didn't watch Miss Marvel going into, like, the Marvels. Like, I do think you are missing a huge, at least from, like, an entertainment spot. Like, I think you're not going to enjoy that movie as much and stuff like that. And I do think it can be done neater going forward. But to, like, play devil's advocate just a little bit, I do respect how good continuity is in this DCU so far. Listen, I'm not in love with this DC universe yet. They have not sold me yet. I've disliked more than I've liked personally, but I will say it is very cool to have your Superman movie a month later already have things like Lex tie into that show. And then we're going to have Lanterns, which had tied into Superman. And we also have Supergirl comes out this year that ties directly to Superman. And then the Man of Tomorrow movie that comes out next year ties into Lanterns. Like, it feels like there is genuine continuity that I feel like we haven't seen in cinematic universes in a while. This is something Marvel did very well in those early phases. This is something I fell in love with the Arrowverse for doing very well, where it's like, okay, you might not have to watch it all to understand it, but you can. There's these ties and these weavings in between stories that's very refreshing, in my opinion.
Darren, I want to just piggyback on something you said there, though. Like Miss Marvel. Let's say you didn't see Miss Marvel and you went and saw the Marvels.
Yeah.
You're really not going to be lost. And Superman proves that. Superman proves that because in Superman, we're introduced to Mr. Terrific, Hawkgirl, Guy Gardner. We're not giving backstories. We're not giving origin stories. We don't know any of the backstories, but that's okay because the story being told doesn't require us to know any of that.
I think if you present it differently, I agree. But like, you are kind of thrown into a world where I think you're kind of assumed, like, you're like, okay, who are these parents? Who is this character? I think if they introduced it in that movie as if we've never seen them before, then I would agree. And again, like, there's no easy way to do it. Like, this like cinematic universe thing is still a relatively new concept, and Marvel really, I think actually the Marvels was one of the first to actually try it like this, where it's like, wait a minute, we have a TV show connecting to a movie, showing it to a movie audience. That was never really done before. That was a new concept. So I'm not like bashing the Marvels. I really like that movie. I like what they did. But like, also I can understand at least from an audience member being like, well, I didn't watch those two TV shows, so I'm not going to show up for this one, you know?
I honestly have a very strong opinion as to why the Marvels underperformed, and it's the Chapek effect. Chapek spent a year rushing everything right to streaming. So by the time the Marvels came out, Chapek was already gone. Iger was back. But audiences had been trained, you don't have to go. It's going to come right to streaming.
Yeah. Yep. You're right. And also writer strike was happening. Like, it was like right in the middle. They could not properly market it. Eric has gone down that rabbit hole many times, being like, it shouldn't have been called that. That was a weird title.
Yeah, that doesn't suggest it's called. That doesn't suggest it's a Captain Marvel sequel.
Yeah.
Before we move on from this, I just want to give Lone Wolf did ask a question specifically to Joe, so I'm going to let that come up on screen, and then we'll continue this conversation. But I want to give, before I lose the comment here, Lone Wolf says, well, aren't you supposed to watch it and then judge it first to determine if your kids can watch the show, Joe? It's like judging a book by its cover first. Do you want to respond to that? You don't have to. I'm just.
I don't understand the question. What are we asking?
You're talking about the Lanterns.
Yeah.
Well, if Lanterns is for mature audiences, then I don't need to watch it first to determine my kids can't watch it. I know they can't watch it.
They dropped the F-bomb in the first, like...
Right. I mean, I saw the trailer. There's F-bombs in the trailer. Yeah, my kids can't watch it.
Yeah.
Well, we never listened to that rule as kids.
Yeah.
I am curious, like this is not a personal thing. I'm just like genuinely curious. What is your limit on that? Like, what is the age where you're like, okay, F-bombs is okay for my kids? Just like out of curiosity.
I don't know, maybe 13.
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, how old are your kids?
But
just out of curiosity.
But it's the same. Yeah, it's the same with Star Trek. It's like, why was Picard dropping F-bombs? We didn't need that.
Nah.
What do we think about this comment? It says, my issue with James Gunn's Superman, at least for me, is that it feels like the movie is happening in the middle of a story without any introduction needed for Superman and the other characters. What do we think about that?
I can understand that criticism.
I get it.
Especially with the war that's going on in the I forget the countries, but again, for me, he says it's not an analogy, but for me, I took it as an analogy for what's happening right now in the world. But the notion that like, oh yeah, I prevented a war, and it's like it would have been nice to see that, to feel the context of why we're, worried about those people and whatnot. But
one of my biggest things is that this world, like, so many things happened to that city in that movie in the 2 hours that it's there. Like, that city gets attacked 4 times, and they treat it like it's just a Tuesday. It's like this. Yeah. I struggle to think this world is real.
And as someone who really likes that movie, it did feel like it was James being like, this might be the only time I might do a Superman movie, and we gotta give it all one eye. And like I respect that notion, but also simple, especially nowadays, is better and stronger because guess what? A lot of the movies that you're doing nowadays, it's always the end of the world. It's the end of the galaxy. It's the end of the universe.
Yeah.
What I've been telling you, Jake. What I've been telling you, Darren. What I've been telling you, Eric. Just save someone in the fucking street, like the Thunderbolts did. That moment of them saving those people from the pillars. That was one of the most heroic things I had felt in a film that happens to have superheroes or is based on comic books.
When you go smaller in scale, it lets you go deeper with the characters.
Yes.
Well, like that's why one of my favorite scenes, like in Superman, is when Lex just kills the venue guy, just like that he just kidnapped. Like I like that because that was the most personal I think the movie got. The most stakes it had. It wasn't about saving the world. It's like that person cared for me, and I let him die, and that's on me. And I'd push against the whole it jumps in the middle of the story. I understand that. I totally do, just wanting to see the beginning to the end. But also it's I think James Gunn knows we're in the middle towards the end of this superhero renaissance era, right? He is late to the party. Marvel has been doing this for 20 years. I don't think we should be racing. That's what got the last universe in trouble. But I also understand being we need to get going. And it reminded me of what I like about Young Justice. I think is a great example. I like Young Justice more, obviously, but I think that's so cool. It's hey, we don't have time to establish. We are in the middle of a universe. These characters have children. They're doing this, and this, which I actually think is some of the inspiration for what we're doing here. I think Young Justice and the Justice League show are two major, clear inspirations for what they're the characters we're choosing and kind of the tone they're going for. I'd say.
I actually fundamentally disagree that the previous universe rushed things. I don't believe that at all. I believe there are issues with some of the movies, but I don't think they rushed anything.
Well, it's not a matter of thinking. They saw the potential of a shared universe, and they wanted to speed into it without doing the groundwork to build it.
I mean, you don't have to do the groundwork. The groundwork's not necessary.
I mean, they literally.
They do have to write better movies.
Good storytelling is necessary, not groundwork. I mean, you can introduce all the characters in the same movie if it's well written.
You don't have to do the groundwork. I think an argument can be made for the groundwork. I mean, Batman in particular could have used a movie.
I mean, Zach didn't even want to have a whole big universe. He wanted to do a 5-film story, and then Warner Brothers came in and said, they snapped their fingers and made shit happen.
There was a lot of studio interference that happened with DC.
That is the first thing you hear whenever one of these movies underperforms or goes wrong or is bad. That's the first thing you hear: studio interference.
So this is really interesting. Big Fieldy says, "Who needs an introduction to Superman?" Because we do all know the story of Superman.
I agree.
Right? And I
That's
get that.
They did that.
But then we also have a comment here from Super West that says it's like Superman is a side character in his own film. Just focus the film on him. So it's two different perceptions.
Yeah,
Side character. And you know what else? Another thing is BS is people say, "Oh, it wasn't a Superman solo film because there were other characters in there." Guess what? Every Superman film has had other characters. This is just the first time that some of the supporting characters have been other superheroes. But they all have a supporting cast, every single one of them.
Yeah, I definitely disagree on the the Superman's not in it. It's no, is there a lack of Clark Kent? Yes, and that's something I hope they fix in this next one. I have my worries with everything we're hearing. But yeah, I think that's what people are feeling is that there was a lack of Clark Kent and the Daily Planet, which I again would like more of.
I agree.
We have
I really have.
Go ahead, guys.
Sorry.
I was just going to say, I feel like we get more Clark Kent in the James Gunn movie than we got in the entire Zack Snyder verse.
That's true. That's true. I still like more though.
There's a reason for that too. Zack Snyder didn't like Clark Kent. He said Clark Kent didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Gunn's Clark Kent is really bothering me so far. His Superman, I feel like, has room to grow. His Clark Kent is very far from what I imagine Clark Kent as.
Super West with a £5 super chat. James Gunn's music choice is terrible for DC films. Do we agree with this?
I don't know about that.
Couldn't disagree more.
I'll say this: the score for Superman didn't really hook me beyond just the rendition of John Williams one. For me, it didn't really hook me. I like a couple of the tracks, but to me, I prefer, and I think he did a better job with music in The Suicide Squad than Superman. For me,
I mean, he's done one film. I don't think we can say this yet.
Yeah.
They reuse these. This is one of my biggest problems too with that Superman in particular. Is and like this is coming from a guy who has a background in music. When you look at each of these different Superman, whether you're talking about Christopher Reeve or Henry Cavill or Tyler Hoechlin or Brendan Routh less so because it was meant to be a successor to Christopher Reeve, but when you look at these movies, they all have their own distinct musical scores. That helps them stand out. It adds to their own unique identity. This film felt so much that it was relying on aspects from Superman 78 that it struggled to stand out for me in that regard, with especially them using that music so many times. If you want to do it once in the trailer, which I was fine with, for that first teaser that they did, if you want to do it there, it's fine. I'll give an example as a point of reference, because this is a movie I don't even like. Spider-Man Far From Home. You look at that movie, the original teaser for that one, the very first
Best Spider-Man movie ever,
was an orchestra rendition of the Spider-Man theme from the 60s. And I'm like, you know what? For that, it was fine. But you go into that movie, and really all of Holland's Spider-Man movies, and they had a distinct score from Giacchino that gave that Spider-Man his own identity and helped him stand out. So,
yeah. See, I disagree with that too.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I feel like every Superman movie should use the John Williams score. I feel that is Superman's score. That is Superman's score, like James Bond scored. Even if you reboot James Bond, they use the same score. That's his music. I actually agree with Danny Elfman. Danny Elfman, when he came in to score the Whedon cut of Justice League, said it was arrogant to try to write a new score for Batman or Superman. I fully agree with him.
I don't know. Again,
I'll be honest. I did think the Man of Steel score was pretty awesome.
I thought the Man of Steel score was great, and then Tyler's Superman had his own score, and it was amazing.
Yeah. I hate, honestly, I hate every score by Hans Zimmer, but that's just me.
Madness, man.
Damn.
He doesn't write music; he writes tones. Dun dun dun.
I don't think you've listened to the score. It's pretty solid.
I'll give his score to True Romance was good. I'll give him that one.
What do you got, Darren?
I only shared this because when we first announced this movie, 6 months ago at this point, I said, I think this could be a makeshift Justice League movie. I don't think it's actually going to I don't think there's going to be a title card thing saying Justice League. But I was thinking, well, Superman is involved, Hawkgirl is involved. Even back then, where Jon Stewart might be involved. I think Supergirl. People won't like it, but Peacemaker is kind of also in the mix. I'm like, we got a lot of heroes in this thing. I was like, could this be our kind of pseudo Avengers Justice League?
I mean, think about this. We might have Mr. Terrific might be here. We might have Guy Gardner here. So it's 2 Green Lanterns.
Yeah. Bro, if Superman, Jon Stewart, Hawkgirl are in a shop together and they hear they hear that, I'm gonna jump out of my seat going, oh shit.
Let's see what we got here. We had some super chats. We're gonna do the ones relevant to this, and then we'll do the other ones right after we do this. Cody with the $2 super chat. The DCU is heavily inspired by the DC cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
That's the gold standard for me. That is the gold standard.
I think it should be more than it currently is.
What do you mean, like more variety of characters from the DC cartoons?
Not even not even the variety. I just don't see a correlation between the two tones so far.
Okay. All right.
We're gonna get Wildcat down the line. Promise.
Huh?
No, we're gonna get Wildcat down the line. I promise.
So I thought this might be it might be interesting to talk about this for a moment before we move on. So this is what we got coming out. 2026 is Supergirl, Lanterns, and Clayface. 2027 is Man of Tomorrow and the Batman Part 2 on schedule for now. Okay. I'm still not totally sold that it's going to be ready by October of next year, but it could be. The stuff that we know is out there, but we're...
City Streets.
What was that?
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was doing the monologue.
So we got Brave and the Bold, Teen Titans, Swamp Thing, The Authority, which I think is... That's out the door now. Wonder Woman, Waller. Have no idea what Waller is going to be. Starfire is that cartoon that we have coming out.
Right.
DC Superpowers, My Adventures with Green Lantern, Paradise Lost, and Booster Gold are all kind of sitting around waiting to be made.
And
what are our thoughts?
Mr. Miracle.
Yeah, Mr. Miracle. That's right. That's another one. Yeah.
Chris, no, we're not doing that again, Chris. Sorry.
I think we're going to hear about one of those shows really soon to fit into that 2027. Actually, never mind. It's most likely going to be the Jimmy Olsen series that they're actively in production on. So
I think it's starting to feel a lot like the Superman verse, which is a little like, can we get
another one of my biggest problems?
Yeah, can we get something else, please?
Listen, and I've been saying this for a while. I would really appreciate DC Studios, if you're watching this, have a big presence at Hall H. And when I mean big presence, do I want you to like announce 20 projects? No. I don't want you to do the same playbook. But make a stamp. Don't just have a panel for one of your TV shows or from one of your movies. Make sure people know the studio is going places and that anybody can enter, whether you're a hardcore fan or a noob.
Staggervore, I think it's just speculation about a Wonder Woman movie. I don't think there's
I think they pretty much have said it, but like,
Yeah.
I would
It's
say
in the
I
writing
actually think,
stage. Yeah.
I actually think Wonder Woman's one they should put a priority on, because like I can understand pushing off Brave and the Bold because like you have two Batman men happening at the same time, maybe not jump on that one, but get another Wonder Woman out there. That way you have another heavy hitter besides Superman.
And I think
somebody different.
Swamp Thing is a wild card because both DC and Star Wars are waiting for James Mangold, and who knows when he's going to be in the mood to play in those playgrounds. And
that could be a connecting thread for Gods and Monsters, like somebody connected to the green like that.
I just thought I'd throw it up on screen. I'm not going to read it.
I almost want to say something a little bit cheeky.
You throw dirt in James Gunn's face, or like what?
You know what? Love you, Roland. You know what? If somebody wants to, all right.
Go ahead.
If somebody wants to donate the funds for a suit, then yeah.
Damn.
He's pushing it there. Super West with a £2 super chat. Why can't we get these costumes for the DC films? I guess meaning the ones from the picture we were looking at. Darren, like the Bruce Tim.
I think we'll get there eventually. At some point. We might do something. Like
yeah.
But again,
I've had issues with this universe so far. The costumes aren't, for me personally, one of them. Like I personally really like the Superman suit. I think Supergirl looks good. I'm waiting on Lanterns. Right, I know people are like freaking out over that suit, but I'm like,
yeah,
I think we have to wait. I think we have to wait to see what it actually looks like first. At least a real one. Like, I don't think we're actually going to see like how Jordan wear that suit around, flying around in the suit we saw in the trailer. So, but yeah, we'll see.
Sorry, that's one of the many issues I have with that movie. It's just that suit was not doing it for me.
Which suit?
The Superman suit, it was just not doing it for me. I mean, and my thing wasn't even the thing that everybody likes to pick apart. I didn't care that the trunks were there. Like, I'm hit or miss on the trunks. They work on some designs, they don't work on others. But
the concept behind it, I'm with it. I'm like,
yeah, that I liked, and it gave me a hell of a lot of respect for David. But the things that really annoyed me with that suit were, if you look at the blue areas, it's over-designed with a lot of lining that I think just makes it too busy. And also, they brought along the whole, neck collar from the New 52 era of Superman, which I just don't like. So, I want the shoulder collarbone area up here to be a little bit more free, a little more open. And I mean, I feel like eventually, and maybe I'm wrong on this, I don't know, we might evolve out of the current insignia that we have right now, but we might not. I'm here or there on it. I don't love that symbol. I don't hate it. But I think I just kind of got spoiled because, you look at Superman and Lois right before this, they had a perfect origin suit for him, and then two great Rebirth-inspired suits throughout that show.
That origin suit was so good.
I know, right? And I'm not going to spoil it. Ronan, you'll just have to see it.
I saw the scene. Thanks, my mom made it. Like,
that right there, that's Superman to a T right there. But notice that Fleischer-inspired suit and the Rebirth ones, like chef's kiss right there.
By the way, shout out to... Oh, go ahead, Darren.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
I just said the Kingdom Come suit was really good.
Oh yeah, no, that was great.
Jed Ted with a $2 super chat to send us over in the Debunks channel. So if you're over there, check out the poll. We have some very specific goals over there on the poll, or options on the poll, since we hit the goal.
Nice rhyme.
All right. Any other like Green Lantern DC stuff? Because we got a couple super chats to go over, and then we're gonna watch some trailers before we wrap things up.
DC thing.
Go.
Go ahead.
That's how we know we're friends.
Someone go.
I'm excited. I really hope come August I'm not disappointed. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
All right. Darren, go ahead. I'll go last.
I'll address the comments where I said CW had peak suits, and then someone called me out for the ugly black suit Thawne had, and that one's down there.
That one's ugly.
I'd say they mostly had. I think they had better good suits than they had bad suits.
It's hard to beat the first Reverse Flash suit. That was so really good. The very first one.
CW was around for a while. It can't all be hits.
So
they had a large pool of bad looking ones for sure. Don't get me started on that Diggle season 4.
Don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on that Wild Dog suit from season 6.
This might actually be that was bad. That's why they went back. But for me, I think the last Flash suit we had is better than any of the movie Flash suits we've had.
Amen.
Easily.
So I just sent you something, Eric. 4 pieces of DC art. These are all from the same person, and I would love it if for costumes DCU took inspiration from this. I just sent it to your Discord.
Yeah, Discord is so annoying because I can't share. I don't think I can share it. Let me see if I can share it.
Dude, it's amazing with how the brain works. You guys bringing up Reverse Flash's suit made me think, wait a minute. I've seen that actor before. I'm like, son of a bitch. That dude, Reverse Flash.
Tom Cavanaugh?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do
Matt Lesher. Matt Lesher. He was the villain in the Zorro movie with Antonio Banderas.
Yep. Yes, he was.
And he's in Narcos Mexico, which I'm watching right now. And I'm like, yo.
Yep. And he played Stephen Amell's dad in the Suits reboot.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to mention Tom Cavanaugh and then mention Yogi Bear.
No.
So you said these are the suits you would like to see in the DCU? Is that what you're talking about?
I would like to see them take inspiration from these.
I like that suit.
This artist that's done all 4 of these pictures, I think, has perfected most of these characters.
This to me just looks like a really nice version of the Reeves suit. To be honest,
it reminds me of John Byrne also.
Yeah, fair enough.
Who is this? Is this
This is Dan Mora.
Dan Moore is one of my favorite.
Oh, I know. Dan Moore is a good one.
This Batman suit is perfect right now.
This is what I want for Batman, man. White eyes and all. Come on. White eyes and all.
Yeah, and then we have the Flash suit.
That's Wally.
Wally. Yeah, I prefer the chin strap on my Flash suits. But that's
kind of what Grant had. I feel like it's really close to what he was doing.
So I don't mind the chin strap outside of a comic book because I feel like it's fine without it, but also just the clean red. Red, and there's not a bunch of lightning patterns everywhere.
And then we have the Green Arrow and Green Lantern.
Yep.
I don't know if I like the cut of the shorts on the Green Lantern suit. I think I prefer them to be either not there at all or much more tighter to like a wrestling brief cut.
I would love it if DCU took inspiration from these, or if they wanted to go the Rebirth route where Green Arrow's got the hood and the short sleeve, bracers, kind of like the suit that they made in season 4. Which, yes, I know it's a terrible season, but it had one of the best suits where it had the little bracers. If they wanted to do that, then great, why not?
There was a time when all the Green Lanterns wore the same costume. Like it was like a uniform. They all wore the same costume. But, in the late 80s, they kind of gave everyone a unique look. And when that happened, I always preferred Jon Stewart and Guy Gardner's costumes to Hal Jordan. I was
more of a Simon Baz guy.
I like Simon Baz. Yeah.
This going to be hard to adapt him because of his backstory. I feel like they don't want to touch that in live action, honestly.
Do we think the hat works for like Green Arrow?
The hat?
Do we think that would work in like live action?
Oh, you mean yeah. I prefer the hood, to be honest, but that's just me.
I could go either way. I mean, like obviously Arrow made the hood really iconic.
That was his name for a while.
Yeah, for like a season and a half, that was his name.
All right.
I don't even mind if they want to go the feather cap route because of how, so far, and I can't believe I'm complimenting this, but because of how campy this universe is so far, I feel like the feather hat would probably fit.
All right, so we're already running over normal time, so let's kind of jump through these quickly. So Lone Wolf here with the $2 super chat says the Parliament is also to blame for the Marvels, and he's talking about the group that oversees like continuity between projects and comic books and stuff like that.
At once, I'll say it again. When you have the puppet masters doing this number up here, you get a mess.
I actually think this also ties into Kevin Feige being stretched too thin and letting other people make decisions.
Yep.
And that's probably what the problem was.
Yep.
I still think the Marvels is a fun movie. Like, I know people don't like it, but I still think it's a fun movie.
And
It's a great movie.
I still like Brave New World. I know it has issues, but I think it still has plenty of good parts.
Yeah. And we do have a super chat.
Roman's face was like, I don't know.
Only when Isaiah's on. I'm like, all right, cool. Only when Isaiah's on screen, I'm cool. Same with Marvel. When the three of them are together, yay. When they're not,
When that's on, when it's CGI Harrison Ford, I'm like, eh.
So we have 2 super chats from South Texas Shark that we will be addressing after the trailers. Go ahead, Bob.
I was just gonna say I thought Brave New World was fine, but I've not had a desire to watch it. That being said, I do feel like there was probably a much better movie.
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the first cut might have been the better movie.
Oh yeah, if they had maybe not focused so much on making it Incredible Hulk 2, then.
So we have 3 trailers to look at. A couple of them we're probably not going to spend a lot of time talking about, but we're going to watch them. This is one that Joe suggested, which is what is it? The name of it again? The AI doc, or How I Became an Apocalyptic. I can't say that word. Apocalyptimist. Yes, that's correct. Okay. So
I'll say it again.
Not going to say it again.
3 times fast.
Anyways, let's go ahead. We got this one. We're going to look at Disclosure Day and then Obsession as well. So here we go.
If this technology goes wrong, it can go quite wrong.
What the?
Your fear of AI is the collapse of humanity.
Well, not the collapse, the abrupt extermination. There's a difference.
So I started making this movie because my wife is 6 months pregnant. It is now a terrible time to have a kid.
I mean, let's just be honest. I know people who work on AI risk who don't expect their children to make it to high school.
What the? How does AI understand pretty much everything?
It's surprisingly straightforward.
Intelligence is about recognizing patterns.
Patterns.
If you have learned those patterns, you can generate new information. AI is moving so fast.
It's being deployed prematurely. There's so much potential for things to go wrong.
Why can't we just stop?
All these companies are in a race
To get AI
That's vastly more intelligent than people within this decade.
China, North Korea, Russia.
Whoever wins is essentially the controller of humankind.
We need to take a threat from AI as seriously as global nuclear war.
It feels like I have to find these CEOs and get them in the movie.
Great.
I want to ask you to promise me that this is going to go well.
That is impossible.
Okay. Am I hopeful? Yes. Am I confident that it'll go right? Absolutely not.
AI is the thing that can solve climate change.
We could cure most diseases.
What if it's expanding what is humanly possible?
This is the most extraordinary time ever. The only time more exciting than today is tomorrow.
I already love you.
Okay.
I think if this technology goes wrong, it can go quite wrong.
By using AI, we're about to move off of the Earth into the cosmos.
If we can be the most mature version of ourselves, there might be a way through this.
This is the last mistake we'll ever get to make.
Okay.
Son of a bitch. I might want to watch this documentary.
So I want to point out, this is really interesting that we're getting this trailer now. I keep an eye on a lot of the AI stuff.
Amazon fucked up. This just happened today, matter of fact. Jeff God damn it, Jeff.
Amazon puts humans further back in the loop as its retail website crashes from inaccurate advice that the AI agent took from an old wiki. So they lost $6 million in one day because the AI decided that they had used AI in their infrastructure systems to replace people. It decided that the best cause of action to do at that given moment to fix a problem was to delete everything. Hundreds and thousands of things they deleted that caused the system to crash because the AI thought we can just do this now because it needs to be done. Yeah. And no one was there to stop it.
So that's the real threat. This is the real threat from AI. People like AI is fucking stupid. I can tell you that immediately. It only knows what's programmed. It doesn't know anything else.
It's not even true AI. I know they call it that, but it's not true AI.
Yeah, it's programming. But like the threat comes from people going, oh, we can just trust it to do stuff. No, you fucking can't.
Well, by the way, they also had to admit, several of them have admitted, and OpenAI, ChatGPT, and Anthropic have admitted that their AI lies to people. And it like Grok on Twitter goes through and deletes things that it gets wrong, so there's no paper trail of it getting things wrong.
Mm-hmm. You know,
and
sorry,
ChatGPT. I'm just gonna say last thing I'm gonna say here. ChatGPT has been caught lying to people to confirm their biases and to keep them happy because of its programming.
You know, Suddenly, Ultron's decision to nuke out all of humanity after being on the internet for 5 minutes makes a lot more sense.
That's the biggest thing. I think someone said in the documentary, I'm like, I don't trust us enough right now to run our own shit. Why the fuck would I trust us to run AI in the future of that shit? Like, why it's literally giving, an
AI hacked a website? Are you kidding me? Look, AI could be used right here, what Harrison James is saying. So solve global warming, brother. It's one of the primary things speeding it up at the moment. Yes, and like a lot of places now are rejecting the AI data centers. There's farms that were offered $20 million to buy their farm where they provide food for people to put an AI data center. And they said, no, we're not going to do that. So it's just one of those things where the cost isn't worth the effort because we have people making pictures of themselves looking like Studio Ghibli characters. Like it's not worth it. It's just not. I'm sorry.
Oh man, I remember that. Remember that when oh man.
Oh god, yep.
Okay, so now we're gonna watch the trailer. Wait, why is the screen just spinning? We're gonna watch the trailer for Disclosure Day. By the way, these trailers may be missing. If you're watching this on playback, they might have gotten removed.
Yeah.
Disclosure Day will be missing. I will tell you that.
Universal. Come on.
Here we go. Thoughts on that?
Looks like a trip.
That looks incredible.
I will say that I think they had to like differentiate it from Pluribus because it did look very similar to Pluribus in the first teaser that we got, in the sense that it looked like people were all just talking to each other like through code and stuff. This didn't feel anything like Pluribus to me. This felt very different. And I think it's weird because it's similar to what we were just seeing with the AI documentary. It's like this dystopian thing, like something bad is coming, something is looming over top of us. I feel like we're back to disaster films again. Remember back in the late 90s and 2000s, a lot of things were disaster films. I feel like we're heading back.
Roland Emmerich, your time is back.
Yeah. Bob of the Old Ways, good to see you. Go ahead, Jake. Sorry.
I mean, the fucking 2012 film about the end of the world, that's another one.
Bob of the Old Face says 1 billion hybrids walk among us as Spielberg is out to blow the lid off of it. Oh wait, it's fiction, right? Yeah. You also made a good point up here. AI is going to gobble up all the fresh water and melt the ice caps before it ever becomes sentient. Yeah, we don't have enough.
Yeah.
Like right now, the way we use or I guess manufacture AI's intelligence takes up too many resources. There's just not enough.
It doesn't even need to take up that many resources. They're just doing it because they can. It's frustrating as fuck.
Yeah.
Listen, Steven is 3 out of 4 in terms of alien movies, so I'm confident.
In terms of what movies?
Alien movies.
Oh.
Close Encounter, E.T., War of the Worlds, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Okay, for a second I thought you said L.A. movies. I was like, what's that?
No, Alien.
All right. we got one more trailer, and then we're going to do super chats and wrap it up, guys. So let's watch. This is from Lone Wolf, I believe, super chatted for this. So here we go. We're going to watch Obsession. I remember the last time I watched this trailer, I was freaked the fuck out. So I'm assuming this is going to be just as weird. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably going to be really weird. So here we go.
She's in the car, isn't she?
Oh my
Kind
god!
of like Substance a little bit.
A little
where
bit,
it's just
yeah.
like, you can't go back once you do this thing.
So okay. Certain people will get this joke. Is this what Bizarro Sarah is? Because we never saw that.
Well, it looks like she's going to really be flexing her acting ability. In the movie.
I
We're going to get to see her really try. So.
I always said, as much as I love her on that show, I feel like her actual acting chops are above it.
So,
Yeah,
so
they
out of
never did
those
too much
three movies, are we all going? Oh, sorry, Bob. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, to go. I didn't have much to say. I'm done.
I was just going to say, out of those three movies, like, are we going? Is everybody interested in all of them, or more?
I'm intrigued.
One more than the other.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I have to say, Joe's AI suggestion, that trailer looked really freaky. So I'm definitely going to be checking that one out.
I already bought a ticket for it.
I think that's the shit that freaks me out. I think more than even like a horror movie. Like a good documentary will scare the fuck out of me. Yeah.
All right, let's.
Obsession was really wild.
Yeah.
That was the line from the AI documentary. Is like, me and my wife are having a kid. Is this a good time to have a kid? And then it's like,
no.
It's like, oh shit.
All right. We got some super chats from South Texas Shark to wrap everything up. $2 super chat. What food you haven't had but would like to try? Anybody have anything on their list?
I haven't had most foods.
Darren's like, I just love chicken nuggets. I'm kidding.
I would like to have
I'm kidding.
I've always wanted to have shawarma after the Avengers, and I've still never had it.
No, I've had shawarma before. It's pretty good.
I would like to have the original recipe Fruit Brute cereal. You know, Fruit Brute was discontinued in the 70s, like when I was, I guess, very, very young. And they brought it back, but they changed the recipe. Apparently, the original Fruit Brute was lime flavored, and I love lime. So I think I would have loved it.
Okay.
My real answer is sushi. I've never had sushi. Okay. My fake answer...
Well, it depends, but it's mostly good.
My fake answer is the pizza in the Goofy movie that looks like it's coming out of like string cheese when they go up to eat it.
Well, then if we're doing that kind of stuff, I'd say Big Belly Burger is what I want. I want to try Big Belly Burger.
You know what? I wouldn't be in character if I didn't bring this up. I really want to try those pizza in a bowls from Multiverse of Madness. Just because I have to experience what having pizza that way would be like. I mean, I imagine it'll taste the same, but I don't
Pizza Papa
always gets paid.
Yeah.
That's a joke answer, but I mean, I don't know. As far as like other ones, there's
Pizza Papa.
I mean, there's a lot of fruit from like Asian cultures that I've always wanted to try that I just haven't had the chance to.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I meant by I haven't had a lot, because I'm just like, I've had what is like normal around here, but like so many foods from all over the world that I'm just never going to try.
Like real talk, I'd probably say poutine, which is like a Canadian dish. Looks like fries with gravy, I think.
Oh
yeah,
like a gravy dip.
I had that at Epcot. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like it would be. $5 super chat from Lone Wolf. Cody Leach saw the film. We're talking about Obsession here at South by Southwest, and he tweeted out last night and said the trailer is still hiding stuff. I wonder what he meant. I mean, it seems very straightforward. I don't know what it could be hiding unless she knows Superman or something.
You know
what I mean?
He just calls in the twins.
Crazy twist.
There's another horror movie coming out. I don't know if you've seen the trailers, and I can't tell if this is intelligent social commentary or exploitation. Have you seen the trailers for Slanted?
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I think it's from the perspective of someone from the Asian community, right?
Yes.
Isn't it that? It's their movie.
Who has
they're talking about like
to become un-Asian.
Right. They're trying to live up to like the white the perspective of a white person and the life of a white person. Yeah. I mean, it's commentary on their reality, so I feel like it's fair. I mean, they're the ones that are. If it were, I would feel like it'd be more exploited if it was like a white person doing it. Then I would feel like that's kind of exploited. But
well, who's the filmmaker? That's the question.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think the director is an Asian woman, right?
Okay.
Let me double check.
Eric, while you're doing that, can you pull up Chris's comment? Because that is one reference that I appreciate the hell out of.
Chris's comment. Right here?
Yeah. I appreciate that reference immensely.
Yeah, Amy Wang is the director, so it is. It's a.
Darren, are you looking over there to figure it out?
No, I just turned to my chair.
Oh! I saw you looking over at your shelf. I was like, "Is that what you're doing there?"
I have a Harry Haynes Funko Pop up there.
Wait, you do get that, right?
Never heard of it.
That's the place in Monsters Inc. where Mike and Sully are doing Pig Latin behind the menu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so just double checking. Yeah, the movie is directed by an Asian woman. So
actually, they probably do have a Funko Pop of that.
Let's probably check it out. Then.
They probably do.
All right, and our final super chat for now, as we do the round robin here, is $2 super chat from South Texas Shark. What did you watch this week? I'm going to go first this time. One Piece. I definitely recommend watching One Piece. Great series. Had a lot of fun with it. Can't recommend it enough. And currently watching this Disney anime. What's the name of it? It's like Disney Villains or something. What is it called? It's based on a game. Oh gosh, I can't think of the name of it now. It's an anime about a boarding school where like all of the houses are based on Disney villains. What is it called? I'm completely drawing a blank on it. Twisted Wonderland. Twisted Wonderland.
Oh.
Yes, that's what
it's
on Disney Plus.
I was about to say, what version of The Descendants did you watch?
No, it's literally like an anime where there's houses where all of the houses are based on Disney villains, and each house people have powers that are based on those Disney villains. So it's like Harry Potter, but with Disney villains, basically.
I'll have to keep that in mind. That sounds cool.
Yeah. And it's the whole season is on Disney Plus right now. All right, we're gonna go counterclockwise, so that means Jake, you're up next.
These are both going to be very on brand for me. I am in preparation for Evil Dead Burn. I am rewatching my way through Ash vs. Evil Dead. Fantastic.
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
And to either tomorrow or Saturday, I have to confirm it, but I'm going to go see Send Help for a second time.
Okay. Nope. Now, while we're doing this, since we're already doing the round the clock thing here, go ahead and shout out your channel and stuff because we're going to be packing up here in a minute. So, what do you got, Jake?
All right. Well, I got my own show, Jake. Oops.
Go ahead. I'm going to hide that so that you can see the names on the screen.
Oh,
thank you. Go ahead.
Got my own show right there. Jake's Lost Levels on Sundays on YouTube, where we go through the process of getting back all of the game data that I lost. This upcoming Sunday is going to be a very grueling stream as I go through a bunch of challenge maps in the Arkham games. God help me on that one. And then, like I said, I've got a lot of Batman and Spider-Man related bonus videos, if you will, coming out. And I know I've been teasing those up a bunch, but that's just because I really don't want to spill the beans on those. I've been putting a lot of work into them, so I think you guys will like it. We're this close to getting monetized. This close.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. So, guys, go over and help Jake out.
Yeah. I'm like 85% of the way there.
All right. Bob, anything you want to shout out from this week? And shout out your channel.
I just finished watching Starfleet Academy. Overall, thought it was a very good season. Just started One Piece season 2, so I still have a little bit left to go there. And then I saw The Bride this weekend. It had some good elements, but I lean negative on it.
I heard it was confusing.
Yeah, there's like Maggie Gyllenhaal's going for something and it doesn't work. But I don't want to shit on it too much because it's like I appreciate that she was going for something. Channel. The Oscar live stream will be this Sunday where I do all my predictions and all that stuff, so it'd be fun. And then podcast Tuesday. Yeah.
Okay.
So, Bob, what you're saying is Creature Commandos had a better bride.
You see, I haven't seen it, Creature Commandos.
Yeah.
So because that was the linchpin to the whole DCU. None of it makes sense to me anymore.
Oh, right. Now you're completely confused now. You have no idea what's going on.
It's the only DCU project I like so far.
Yeah, wow. Ronan, anything you want to shout out from this week and tell them where they can find you?
So I've been doing a series called The Road to the Mandalorian and Grogu, which means that I'm revisiting the Mandalorian series, but we just finished shooting covering all of season 1, and I'm watching it with Lance, who has never seen the Mandalorian. It's his first time watching it, so it's a good perspective to see how he feels about the show and whatnot. And then very soon we'll be starting season 2, and we'll be having more guests, and I'm going to lead up all the way till the movie comes out. So we'll cover season 3, couple episodes of Book of Boba Fett, and then Maul Shalor should be coming down the pipeline soon, and then next week Invincible season 4 comes out. Yeah, pipeline. But yeah, just subscribe to Ronan Unchained on YouTube and all the socials. The more the channel grows, the more I can get monetized, and I got some crazy fucking wild ideas I want to do.
Okay. Darren, what about you? Any shout outs for TV shows, cartoons, movies?
We did Ted season 2 this week. That dropped recently. Fantastic, by the way. It's just such a great show. I guess it's a big week for like talking animal stuff. I watched Hoppers the other day as well, which I maybe don't like it as much as like most people do, but I thought that was really fun.
Okay.
Tonight finished Ted Lasso season 1 on my like rewatch. That season so good. Such a good season of TV. So amazing. And then One Piece I started today as well.
Okay.
The Pit, I'm watching so much stuff. And then where you can find me at Darren Sanctuary. Put out a pipeline today. We talked about the Oscars. It was our annual Oscars episode. My friend Everest, great episode. Go check that out if you have some time to watch a 2-hour podcast.
Okay.
I mean, they're here, so they clearly do.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, Chris is shouting out Hamnet. I saw that the other day. It is so good. I cannot recommend it enough. Holy
I heard
shit.
it was great.
Oh my god, it's so
Joe, what about you? Anything going on with you?
Well, I just watched the finale of Star Trek Starfleet Academy. I do believe Starfleet Academy possibly had the best first season of any Star Trek series, maybe since the original.
Wow.
Because, well, I mean, that's honestly
season
that's
1
not
for Star Trek's kind of a low bar.
that's honestly not a huge bar to cover. You know, with Next Generation notoriously had a terrible first season.
Yes.
I heard about
Voyager's
that.
first season wasn't great.
It's bad.
But
Strange New World, it's good first season.
Yeah, but man, Starfleet Academy there was a couple episodes that weren't great, but otherwise, man, just week after week, it was knocking it out of the park. So yeah, goddamn, that was a good season. And I just watched the first episode. I didn't care for it. The HBO series DTF St. Louis with Jason Bateman.
I haven't seen that yet.
Red Guardian, what's his name? David Harbour and Linda Cardellini. I couldn't really get a line on it. Like, I'm like, is this a comedy? Because it wasn't very funny. It's part of murder mystery. It seems like it's trying to be a comedy, but I don't know. I might watch another episode, but so far I'm not impressed.
Okay.
And other than that, like Bob, I went and saw The Bride. I walked out after an hour. I hated it. But yeah.
Wait, you didn't watch the whole thing?
No.
Grace
I went.
Is that you?
I actually hated it so much. I went and sat in the rest of Scream 7, and I didn't like Scream 7 either. So there you go. So my channel, Crazy Joe Adventures, check it out. I got a whole bunch of videos up from my recent trip to California. I was there for the memorial ceremony for my friend Adam the Woo. There's one video in particular that if you were Gen X, you're going to want to watch. I got into the Brady house. The actual house, the exterior location from the Brady Bunch, which has been renovated to look exactly like it did on the TV show. That was pretty mind-boggling. So, yeah, there you go. Go on over. Crazy Joe Adventures.
Right. We do have one final super chat before we look at the poll here. From Lone Wolf, $5 super chat says, double check this tweet. He said this trailer is still avoiding the best moments in the movie. Talking about Obsession? Well, I hope it avoids the best moments because it's the movie.
That's what all trailers should do.
All trailers should do that. No, I'm sold on it. I want to check it out. And the fact it's got a connection with Superman and Lois and Indy is like very much makes
Same
me
universe.
Same for sure. It's all in the same universe.
Yeah.
Jason says DTF is a mystery drama.
The prequel.
It's being. They're describing it on the app as a dark comedy, but it's not very funny.
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
There is a funny bit about Indiana Jones dicks.
Jedier says Paul Giamatti is one of the top 5 Star Trek villains. His speeches in this last episode were absolutely incredible. You want to see somebody acting? Go watch him play that character in the final episode of Star Trek.
The Paul Giamatti villain cheese, I absolutely love. He is having fun.
You want to talk good acting? Paul Giamatti, Holly Hunter, and Tatiana Maslany all together in the finale.
Yeah.
Those are 3 powerhouse actors right there.
Yeah,
that sounds like Paul Giamatti had better look there than he had as the Rhino.
For sure, 100%. All right, let's check the polls over in the Debunks channel. You guys have selected, as reaching the goal, you've selected a weekend Copecast and Copecast with the guest. So why don't we double it up? We'll do a weekend Copecast with a guest. And it's actually a 3-way tie. By the way, it's a threesome over on the Debunks channel. So you guys want right an IRL stream before the Supergirl movie. So that's going to give me a good opportunity to show off my theater. I want to show off my local theater. So while I'm sitting in the theater, I will do a vertical IRL live stream from my phone. So that I can do all of that. But yeah, weekend Copecast with the guest, and that guest might actually be in the room with us right now if I can convince him to come do something on one weekend with Bob, because I've already reached out to Bob and said you should join me on the Copecast. So
Eric,
we'll see.
Eric, I love you, man, but like every time you keep saying that, I keep hearing Coke cast. Like,
let's do it.
Yeah,
the Coke cast.
We're gonna get really
all right. Well, now you got my attention.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
You got my attention now.
Let's see what the Reloaded chat said. What do we got? Top 3.
That's how he gets us on.
Right, exactly. I just
and you know what, Darren? That explains past. Never mind.
An overwhelming majority of like 43% on this one picked top 3 best TV shows with 1 season.
All right.
So
Naomi season 1.
Darren,
shit.
You are a bad liar.
Ooh, there's
Gotham
one I could
Knights.
steal from Jake.
Dead Boy Detectives.
Wait.
TV
shows.
Anyway.
Oh,
yeah.
You would do that, wouldn't you?
I love that show too.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks everybody for being here. It was a longer stream than usual. I knew it was going to be because we have so many people that had a lot to say about the stuff, and so that's why I just cut the game out of it because I knew it was going to take this long. But anyway, thanks everybody for hanging out. I will be live on Saturday at 4 o'clock Eastern with Paigey. We're doing the after party. You're going to get to hear what he thinks about all of the shit that he hasn't heard since like last month. So it's going to be a ton of stuff to go over. We're going to be live on Saturday. That's the first of 2. There's a second one this month. We're going to be doing one on Saturday, and then 2 weeks from now we'll do another one. So there'll be 2 after parties this month. So thank you guys so much. Go and support all of these guys' channels, and we'll be back on Tuesday, possibly with a Spider-Man trailer. Possibly. We don't know yet. On Tuesday with the Nerdcast. So take care, everyone, and have a good night. Hey there, if you're seeing this, that means we have reached the end of the stream. Thanks so much for your continued support with comments, likes, subscriptions, super stickers, and super chats. I just want to give a special shout out to all of the channel members who have contributed to the success of this channel with paid tiers. On the screen, you will see your name displayed as a signal of appreciation from myself and the channel. If you would like to see your name on this list, consider selecting a tier with the join or plus button depending on your platform. Thanks again, everyone. Let's hang out soon in the next stream, and I'll see you then.